Are you ready?
This is the D-Generation CliX podcast with your hosts,
Who is Ravage?
Ryan Ruttman,
Ravage.
Hand me that bottle cap.
Miles Kane,
Hand me that paperclip. Grab that twine. Gun wrapper.
Daniel Schwab,
We
Best friends.
Asgard to mouth.
and Pete.
Cause I'm just me.
Welcome back to the D-Generation CliX podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, and with me, as always, are Miles, Dan, and Pete. And we are continuing our Road to Worlds 2025 series with Modern this episode. Miles, how modern is your Modern?
It's modern. It's a postmodern, I would say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dan, describe the texture of your Modern.
Super flat.
The texture of your Modern is super flat.
It's a dimension, right?
Pete, have you found a way to replicate the dice you had last night in our game for your entire Worlds weekend?
No, but I will tell you that the 400-point Spider-Man set is a force to be reckoned with.
I guess that's what I get for not playing the Miles, even though I played the better one.
No. It's all choices, right? I mean, they're both good. It's just how are you using them?
I feel like I used them fine. That was a rough day.
You consistently missed by one. It was amazing to watch it happen. I mean, it was terrible. Sorry.
Pete, are we still doing that stupid Bookwood report thing?
Bookwood Report!
Hello, friends. It's time for the People's segment, the Bookwood Report. And the champ is back, baby. He's back in a big way. He's got himself some Lantern Legacy, and I'm going to lift him off for you because that's all he told me. He got a Lantern Legacy Chase Batman, a Super Rare Animal Man, all the white constructs, all the yellow constructs, a Chase Umbrax, Chase Mogo, Chase Blackhand, Black Lantern Battery Legacy card, a Prime Kilowog, a Harley Legacy card, Super Rare Sinestro, non-Prime, Herald of Galaxis Iconics, which is not Lantern Legacy, thanks for not listening in order, Bookwood, Lantern Legacy Starfire Battery card, and the Weaponer of Legacy card. Shout out to David Newmark for hooking the champ Bookwood up. Now, nobody played Bookwood this week because he didn't show up.
Correct.
So he didn't catch any like 400 action.
I heard those sirens in the back from that steal that he got from Newmark, it sounds like.
100%. And I would like to report that the 400 points, I actually played on a 400-point night. I didn't Bookwood rules it.
No, it wasn't Bookwood Age?
No, it was not.
I'm disappointed to hear that. I was hoping you did.
Revin
your
would have
opinion
caught
rule.
it. Revin would have caught it.
I would have. All right, let's go to Modern here. We just spent a lot of the weeks covering the CCOs, and that's really the best source of what you're probably going to see. So it doesn't make sense to go back and look at all those events like we did last episode for Silver when we went back to our origins. So we wanted to break down the teams and pieces that you're going to see, either the ones that you're going to need an answer for, or if you don't know what to play, maybe some ideas for yourself. So we are just going to break down the current meta from HC units and just kind of go from there. So by popularity, if you didn't guess it, it was Per Degaton. So what is your guys' opinion on Per Degaton?
Undercosted.
The best 20. Yeah, he undercosted. He's probably the best 20 points in HeroClix ever made.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion on him.
I still stand that he should be at least 40 to be able to move your opponent.
I agree
Play
with
your
that.
opponent. I still stand by that.
So I think the biggest thing with him is you should build with him, right? I mean, he's literally worth breaking theme on your team. If everything else is themed and
Yeah.
you still need a TK or a leadership, this guy makes it and you don't have theme.
Well, if you need a TK, a leadership, a prob, or something to carry pieces that sees through everything, almost everything, and moves through most things, yeah, I mean, he's fine. You can find a place for him. He's all right.
I think one of the things that people do consistently forget about is if the player rolling the hyper time try to move up against him, fails it, they take 1 penetrating damage, and then also if they miss him for like either a super sense roll or just straight up misses defense.
It's not just against him for the hyper time. So if there's another figure on your team like Caveman Wally or someone that they miss their hyper time, they still take a penetrating.
True. So that's frequently forgotten, and that is protected pulse with that whole trait with the probability control. Oh yeah, so you can actually also prob while being pulse wave too, if you didn't know that.
Wait, did we? I thought we explained this fact a while ago that you could prob during the pulse wave. He might die. But
People still get surprised by it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is a modern prep for Worlds, so it's something you should know.
Why isn't this guy? Why isn't this guy 15 points? Is my only question.
15 or
Should be
50?
10, actually, right?
15. 1-5.
Yeah, there we go.
He feels overcosted at 20 for all that.
I know, right?
Well, they made
Yeah.
him 20 because he's 1 click longer than the goons. I think if they made him 2 clicks, I think that we could be, he's a goon.
He's just a goon.
Give him an expendable goon trait while you're at it, because he keeps coming back again and again and again. Why not?
So, what are the chances he's on the top build at Worlds, the World One champion?
Oh, he wins for
I'm
sure.
gonna go like
100%.
I'm gonna go 75% probably. I'd be surprised if he didn't. I'd be
I
happy.
can't
if
say
he didn't,
100%, but I think it's pretty close. I think 95%, because every once in a while, we get, like
Although
no one
after,
saw the
after
prime
last
TV
year, I'm not
match.
100% sure either. I don't know. So
I want to say 95%. He will be in the finals. I think 100%
Yeah.
chance he'll be in the finals.
And then he'll win because both teams will have him.
Oh, I take that back.
Correct.
No, he's not, because the finals is going to be double Kong, double plants. That's going to be the finals.
That's not going to be the finals.
I know, I can't actually. Murn with Destroy Armor is winning Worlds. We've already decided that.
We're already going
I was
there,
just
huh?
gonna say, can we put Destroyer Armor on Perdegaton?
We did see somebody do that.
in Mexico, yes, you can actually do it. Yes.
How many times have
there's worse
you
ideas.
guys played against him on the second click where he's got an 8-speed outwit?
A few times.
One.
I've actually
Once.
played him on that click as
I
well.
know Miles has done it a couple times. I have not personally. I actually no, I did actually in Indiana.
I've just played against him predominantly on Click 1 and Click 9. That's it. I've not seen Click 5 very often.
The thing that surprised me the most, honestly, on that second click was the speed. Having that extra speed actually caught me off guard a few times. But
Oh,
yeah.
it's great because I was able to swing him out there to get the outwit off a lot better that way.
Right, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like that,
Sure.
giving him an 8-speed with sidestep and a 6 range that sees through characters. That's a little harder to prepare for. So that actually caught me off guard a few times when I played against him on that click. What about the offensive click on click 9?
I have played that and actually built a team with him specifically on that click. I know a few other people have as well.
Yeah, I think
He's an underrated.
That's undervalued, I think, for sure, as a secondary attacker. Or third, I should say, probably.
Mm-hmm.
There is also a way to work around his placement of your piece on certain maps. So if you do have a map with a small starting area and the starting area is expanded, he can't place figures in the new expanded starting area for PJ. So,
Are you sure about that?
yep. John Michael went and double checked it with PJ, and PJ said that you can't place them in. So you have to have the back starting area filled. So you can't legally, it'd be an illegal placement to place someone out there. So like a map like Apocalypse, if you have a few of the sides on, like one of the sides has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
One of the
7,
sides
8,
only has like 6 sides, I think, or something like that, or 6 spaces.
and there's also the Ancient Labyrinth.
Yeah.
So that's something that needs an
literally,
official
there's no-
ruling, because if you look at the way that
It does.
the ruling is, this happened to me because my Daredevil build, right, with the Blue Beetle, I'm easily
Yes.
in row
Yeah.
2, and so people would move my team from row 1, row 2, whatever, and put them in row 2.
Yeah, this is something that because when I was talking with John Michael, I was like, it should be because it's after placing, and so it shouldn't be an illegal placement.
Right.
But, so it's definitely something that needs to get officially ruled at for sure, because that's something that you can prepare for. You have certain maps. You're like, it's fine if they put me in a small starting area. I'm prepared for this. I don't have to worry about Perdegaton moving me around. So it'd be nice if that was posted somewhere.
Yeah, that's something that I think we'll add to the list to try to get answered. Anything else you guys want to add to him? Obviously, one of the top pieces that you're going to see.
Yeah.
Going down the list to
prepared
Copycat.
for Yeah. Be prepared for your placement to be messed up. So don't bank on
that's
going
the other
first
big
and
thing,
having
yeah.
your outfit set up.
Yeah,
That's-
it's just don't bank on your formation always being able to be in one way. Work on a couple different versions of your placement.
Yep.
All right, going to Copycat. Another super undercosted, insane utility piece. Realistically, she's really annoying unless she gets pulse waved, right? But typically she's got shape change is her only power on her dial. She's probably going to have super senses and a reducer because someone has those things within her range, which is 3. So she's typically very frustrating, but usually it's only giving like perplex and prob.
Yeah.
And TK and leadership
okay.
sometimes. So
The leadership comes into play, I would say, less frequently. But I think the TK, the perplex, and the prob is usually what she's used for. And then she's just super annoying to kill without pulse wave because of the those reducers and rollouts.
yeah.
There's plenty of times where I've gone up against the Copycat. She's got shape change, super senses, invincible, and impervious, and she just does not die then either. Anything to add to her?
No, I don't think that they'll see her very often because I think this is also with just people that are building teams on HC units. So she wasn't seeing this high of play like at the CCOs, but definitely a figure or a POG to just be aware of.
Yeah, I was gonna say you definitely need to be aware of her and how crazy she can get.
So you don't think she's going to be on a ton of teams at Worlds?
I don't think she's gonna be this high.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think she's gonna be this high because she
I
wasn't
think
this
she'll be
high.
played, but I don't think she's gonna be the number 2 played piece.
Yeah, because she wasn't this high on during the CCOs either.
Yeah, I can see her dropping, but you got to remember too, like this is where CCOs are semi test runs for your teams, right? So this is an easy piece to kind of cut and try some other tech, but going back to her is probably going to happen. I would expect her to be.
Look at the difference in teams. 2 between 1 and 2. I don't know if you noticed that discrepancy. That is insane.
Well, yeah, but that's teams to 377.
Yeah, but she's also second at 377.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's crazy that there's 5 teams with Perdegaton and second place is 377.
Yeah,
so,
I was gonna say, but the difference
realistically, Perdegaton will not leave first place.
Probably not.
I don't see it. No.
Unless he catches a nerf, I doubt it.
Yeah, which is not going to happen. 2 weeks before Worlds?
Yeah. No, I'm thinking post Worlds, but yeah, not right now. No.
Well, you play her with Perdegaton, you play her with the Phoenix Pog, you play her with the Kooky Quartet Scarlet Witch. Like, she's just amazing.
Yeah, I think she's gonna
she's
pick up.
Super cool looking cardboard. Yes, couldn't even get a poker chip for her. Just got cardboard.
Yay for cardboard.
Yep. Hey, we didn't get cable, but we got cardboard Copycat.
That's sad. That cuts deep.
Yeah.
So actually, where do you think she's gonna land then after Worlds? Top 10? Top 20?
Top 10.
Yeah, I'll say top 20. I think she's gonna be somewhere in there.
Okay.
She's gonna be 29th.
I'll say top 15.
Did I miss something else for 15 points that came out that's better than her after Worlds? She's still top 10.
I think Legacy, Lantern Legacy is going to throw her off a little bit. There's going to be a lot of little different things that are going to be thrown on, I think, instead of her. But yeah, we'll see. I think top 15 for sure. All right, number 1 attacker in the game right now, Prime Colossus. Obviously, usually getting played with Destroyer armor, so you have to have a reason or a way to play against a 22 defense. What do you guys got about this guy? Not
I
even
mean,
going
he's just
into
consistent.
not even going into like the teams that you pair him like with that you're gonna have to go up against. Just this piece across from you.
No, he's just super consistent. Oh, or are you talking about how to beat him? Is that
Yeah.
what you're talking about?
I mean, this is
I
like
mean,
one of the
I
top
like.
pieces, right? Like if you don't know what to play, this is the easiest thing to just throw on a team, and you have a chance of doing well, right? This piece right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like Gen Kale because I just like yes, I have to hit the 20, but at least it's a 20.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Miles, are you gonna say it or am I gonna have to say it?
You can go ahead and say it.
This is why Mern with the Destroyer Armor's winning worlds.
God damn it.
Colossus with the Destroyer Armor. That's it. There's your answer. Book it.
I mean, 12 out of 20, 21. That is he's actually has a tough time hitting Mern, to be honest.
I hate you guys so
You
much.
just have to hit Colossus. You just have to hit him. That's how you fight against him. You leave him alone, he kills your team.
Well, the biggest
I mean, there's things to counter.
The biggest thing is what nth metal, right? So you can outwit the impervious.
Or Mind Gem.
You have to outwit the.
I honestly think Hypnotic Arrow is realistically going to be something that's really good because if he's going to be adjacent to a friendly character, they're not going to be a 22, and you're going to be able to, instead of damaging that figure, just use Colossus to kill them.
With hypnotic.
Yeah, you just choose Colossus and just have Colossus move further away from you and attack their own team. Yeah.
What about dealing
If
with?
you have a hard time hitting 22.
What about I see what you're saying. Hit the person next to him and then move him away.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of the things you got to think about with the nth metal, if you outwit just the impervious, he can still reduce penetrating damage, right? So you have to actually outwit the defense power.
The whole
The-
defense
Yes.
power. Yeah.
The other thing though is when he has the this is frequently forgotten as well. When he has the destroyer armor, he does also have invulnerability. So this like when I go up against him against my blue beetle, I can tell that he doesn't have impervious, but he still has the reduces penetrating and invulnerability. So even if I deal damage with Pensai, he's still reducing 2 damage.
Every time, yep.
But taking the impervious away is pretty big. So it's very frequently forgotten that if you do get rid of the impervious, he does still have the invulnerability.
Yeah, and the reduced pen. Yeah, exactly. He said you have to completely outwit the defense power.
And then he pretty much gets to go where he wants to now with the destroyer armor, because as long as he's not starting adjacent, then he's able to just charge right through everyone with the improved movement he gets from the destroyer armor. Giant Reach 2, he gets the he can still be locked down by a daredevil with plasticity though. Even if the
and that's big.
even if it doesn't have destroyer armor itself, it's normal size standard, and he's only a giant, so you can easily be locked down with a daredevil.
Isn't that just any
It's a
piece
little
of
bit of an
plasticity?
off-meta play, but if with Lantern Legacy being legal, if you're worried about him with destroyer armor, I say you get a team with Adam and you put destroyer armor on him. Find a way to get destroyer armor on him and just have him tie up Colossus because he can't target him.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that Adam.
Yeah, just get a bunch of teams of Adam, and then Colossus can't attack you.
Yeah, but he can still just break away from you because you don't have plasticity on Adam, right? Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're using. You do because you're going to use Prime Ham. That's what you're
Okay.
using Prime Ham on.
There's a team there.
All right.
Yeah. I got answers. Just saying, it's going to work.
But do you have questions?
No.
That's later in the show.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you
Couldn't
guys
help
got on Colossus?
No,
I mean, you have to have a strategy for him. Like he's not
Yeah, he is
going anywhere. So.
He'll be the number 1 attacker in the field.
Yes.
All right, going to Kong, who's in 4th place right now. I think. Are we seeing more people play him at 50 or 200 now? I think the answer is 200.
It's gonna
Right?
be 200 now with Lantern Legacy being a thing because him
I
and
still
Animal
think
Man
I still
is
think
just
it's 50.
nasty.
Yeah, he'll still be
200
played at
points.
50, but I think if you're going to see him across the board, I think you're going to see him on more 200-point build teams than 50-point teams, right?
I think so.
With
Absolutely
where we're at.
right now. Yeah. Good. Yep.
Oh,
Animal
I
Man
like
on
him.
him.
I
Give
still
him
like him.
Dolphin.
I still like him at 50 for 60 points with Animal Man. I think that's really efficient, and that gives you a lot of room to still like diversify your build. I don't know. I
Oh,
like him
yeah.
at 50 still.
So at 200 points, you can get full map. You put Chthon and Animal Man on him. You choose hypersonic speed. He can full map Alpha with the first attack, wrecking their team, and then attack again, and then move away with hypersonic speed again, almost back to his starting area. And he's gonna be protected with as a dolphin, and their team's just decimated
Yeah,
at 200 points.
I don't think we're seeing as many people just throw a Kong on their build anymore. I think if you're going to play them, most people are putting them at 200 points. We saw a ton of successful wins with him, or just making top cut and then going to top 4 in the CCOs.
Yeah, I think the Lantern Legacy just makes 200 point Kong like Colossus is like the number one attacker right now, but I can see Kong being the number one attacker at Worlds because of what Lantern Legacy brings at 200 points, because of just how easy it is to pilot and just play.
I
Simple.
agree that could definitely switch that up.
If we have 176 people playing, I'm going to say that we're going to have 43 Kongs
43.
at 200 points.
I don't think that part's true.
I was gonna say I really don't.
The biggest thing is that there's
I'm
so
gonna go
many
44.
there's so many pieces now that do penetrating damage that are above 50 points. So that little errata that he did get, I think, does obviously make him a little bit weaker. Whereas there's much less things that are going to do 200. And what collector
I feel like
collector only needs 2 turns to be able to collect him, which that becomes your top target.
At 50, yeah.
At 50, yeah.
I mean, but I don't know. I just think he's still so good of an attacker. Yes, obviously 200 is good, but I still think even at 50, he's such an efficient attacker that I would never discount that for what he can do.
Oh, not at all. And because it's same points, right? So even at 50 points, you can deal penetrating damage to him. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still extremely good at 50. I'm just saying right now that this is the peak 200 point build with Lantern Legacy being legal for Worlds. Right now, if you're going to play a 200 point Kong, this is the best that's ever going to be in Modern, obviously, because he's rotating.
Yeah, you need a plan. You need a plan
Yes.
against both, but you're definitely going to be seeing the 200 point Kong builds. I think more than just a 50 point Kong on a team. I guess that's my point.
Yeah, well, and your team has to have a plan. Even if it's not like an answer, you need to have a plan against a 200 point Kong, because 200 point Kongs can just completely destroy a team because a team's not prepared to deal with a 200 point Kong, and you have to be able to deal with a 200 point Kong if you plan on trying to make cut and be successful with your build.
And he was already doing well, and Lantern Legacy just makes him better.
Yep.
Beyond that, what are we looking for as far as counters go? Nth metal, biggest one.
Yep. Chain and bat constructs as well.
What are we doing with the bat?
Well, he can't target you if he's not adjacent to you, and then chain just makes his speed 0, so he can't move or attack you.
Well, he can quake the balls off the bats, though, right? And then get and then
No, he
charge
can't.
again.
No,
No,
he can't. target
he
them.
can't unless he's adjacent.
can't.
He won't be able to.
Yeah, so he
His
gets up.
giant reach is within line of fire, but if he's not adjacent, then he can't attack the bats.
Right, but if he hypersonics, he can attack,
Yeah,
destroy the
that's-
bats, and then get adjacent to whoever they're protecting.
Yes, that's why there is a way. Of course, he's able to do that, but there is a defensive way. Like I've practiced. I had to practice a few times with it. There's a way to mitigate that. That's why I'm saying it is an answer.
How many
It's
bats
not
are you getting on the
easy
map?
to pull off, but yeah,
How many bats are you
It's-
getting on the map?
I have 6.
That you're getting on the map, even after the clarification that you can't do it, or what was it, or an errata? Right?
Yeah, no, the errata was that no, I'm not using a battery. The
Okay.
errata was that the battery constructs can't make constructs.
Right. Yeah.
No,
So
yeah,
even without that, you're getting 6 bats on the field.
Yeah,
Okay.
4 to 6. Yeah.
Anything you guys
Yeah,
want
it's not-
to add about Kong? So let's go into the Animal Man. The biggest thing really is turn 1, you choose hypersonic.
Yeah.
You go run out there, and then you make your 2 attacks, hypersonic, and then quake or do anything else, and then you switch to invincible, so you reduce penetrating damage no matter what. Is that the big thing?
So what you do is your first attack, you have hypersonic speed. You go there and attack once, and then your second power action, you're going to hypersonic speed again, attacking and running back. Especially if you're going second, you're going to put yourself on Atlantis throne room, so that way he has a dolphin. And then you can go ahead and give him super senses or shape change or invincible, whatever. Like to go the defensive route, or like you can even go combat reflexes,
Depending on the team that you're going up against.
Yeah. But this is a team where that's built to go second, because if you just put them on throne room, it's like. And then I saw Anthony Barnstable was saying that the blocking and the hindering is considered water on that map. So
what?
Yeah, yeah.
It was explicitly not ruled that way before.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. That's it. It puts
And since when can you have something that's 2 things? It's hindering and water?
He's I just posted the screenshot of it. It says the brown is within the blue border and the green is within the blue border, so the hindering and blocking is also water terrain.
Oh, that's another thing that I'd like to see a clarification on.
It's something that definitely needs, because this is going to catch someone off guard, because I think this feels like a gotcha moment for people that don't know, and I think this needs to be known.
Is it so? You're saying if Kong quakes the blocking and then is sitting inside the debris? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know. It's going to need clarification, because with the blocking also being water can't be destroyed.
That that doesn't seem correct, but I think we need to add that to the list as well. I just brought an Animal Man up. I forgot about the Ares bomb thing, right? You hypersonic up there after picking hypersonic speed turn 1, and then you switch to, you make your attack with hypersonic speed, and then turn 2 or whatever, you go to blades, and then you Ares bomb after that.
Yeah. So it gives you 2 options. Yeah, if like you've just completely decimated their teams, of course you're just gonna, reset it. But like there's gonna be some teams that like they're gonna be able to survive that initial attack and the Ares bomb, and so that's where it's gonna be smart to just get your 2 attacks in and run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is gonna be a combo that is definitely gonna be out there. All right, you guys want to add anything else to Kong?
He's still great.
Do you think the God tier one that we saw a bunch of, where people were getting the like Chthon and symbiotes and all that stuff on him, or do you think Chthon is still on him with Animal Man? Right.
I think Animal Man makes it easier. Yeah.
So the symbiotes though and all that stuff.
On him, so it's more point denial.
The planets, yeah. So I think 200 point Kong builds changed quite a bit with the extra 200 points now, but he's still a beast. And really, you can just go turn 1. All right, then the Phoenix Pog is number 5. So I'm actually surprised he's this high, because I did not see him that much.
No, but yeah, remember too, this is just with people that are building teams. And so with this, everyone has this Pog. I don't think this will be played as much because it's not as readily available.
So sidestep, this is 10 point sidestep TK barrier leadership, crazy pair with copycat. Doesn't break theme, gives you leadership for the 10 points. And then I think a lot of people were afraid to play him because of Mern, right? And then does Mern with the destroyer armor bring that fear back?
No, you get 2 bats, bystanders, and you're good.
The bats are not going to get played.
I'm just saying,
I don't see why they
the bats can protect you against Mern.
You're talking about the bystander, not the construct, right?
Yes.
I mean, all you need is 1 bystander, and then you can just make a construct, and then you have the 2 you need. So
yeah.
I don't really
Exactly.
see that being a bad thing.
Yeah, I think the bats are. I think there is a chance that we can see bats with Phoenix, and because like Murn is going to be a thing, and like that can stop that because we still have the Phoenix Sentinel team that has come and gone that like showed up in full force at Worlds last year, and I can see
Yeah.
the same thing this year.
Mhm.
Yeah, I could see that too. Yeah.
Anything else to add to the Phoenix Pug though? I mean, you're gonna see it. It dies easy, and it's crazy utility for 10 points. Just hard to get, but again, it's Worlds, so I'm sure people can track it down if they really want it.
Yep.
All right, going to number 6. That's the Timebreaker. Now, I love these little guys. I know Dan does not.
I like crushing them.
Biggest thing is the errata. So they can only move single base characters now. They do not care if they're tiny, standard, giant, or colossal. As long as they're single base, though, they can boop them away. Now, that does include... Are bystanders considered single base characters?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say yes there.
Okay. So bystanders as well, then. Other than that, Beetlejuice shuts down their ability to make more of them and the sidestep, but however many you have, you can still power action to get someone out of there or move them.
And I'm still surprised that the 25-point pog isn't high. Like, I don't know. I still think for what that thing does, and then getting 2 for free right away is totally worth it. But
I've had it on plenty of teams, yeah. And a lot of times I've had to cut it just because, and we were just talking about this before we hit record, is that you get to the end and it's like, what do you do? And it ends up like, if you get rid of the pog, then, you put 2 time breakers on and now you just opened up 15 points. And that ends up being what, makes or breaks the team too. Just being able to get that extra 5, 10, 15 points. That happens to me frequently. What about Scarlet Witch? So this is from the 400 Cookie Quartet. She's number 7. This is one of the top support pieces you got to worry about. Usually paired with Captain. Actually, I'm surprised we see more teams with Captain America and not Scarlet Witch, right? Than Scarlet Witch without Captain America.
no, because she's great on just past or mystical too. You don't even need to do the cheat. Honestly, you really don't need to unless you really want to go into it. But I think she's great just by herself for 25 points.
This is where it's that weird area because it's just public team builds on HC units, not specifically from tournaments.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is all still stuff that you're seeing in the top whatever, I mean, we can go all the way to number 20, and this is all stuff that you're going to see for sure.
I know it is, but you can look at the numbers here because it has her on 291 teams,
Right.
but only 31 wins, which is a 50% win.
Yeah.
Which means that she's going to be 39-39. So realistically, like, she's only played in, 70 or 68 teams at most in tournaments.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So are people just theory crafting with her versus actually playing with her?
Yeah. I think a lot of those are going to be theory crafted her because 291 teams, with 39 wins at 50% win.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's being theory crafted, but I think that's still good to look at.
But realistically,
people are making builds public.
Yeah, she's a 25-point piece that has TK, Outwit, Perplex, and Probability Control, and if they have Avengers printed on their base, they also have Mystics. So she's insane for 25 points.
It's just with. So like Kooky Cap team up card will give people past. It will give them the team ability.
Right. Yeah, but you have to. It's not just using it with team player. It's not can use. It's with. So
yeah.
Never on 75 or 100 points. Correct. All right, Chair Panther.
No. I think he's going to come back in a big way.
You think
I think he's too important. Yeah, I do. I think he's too important. I think Worlds, this is one of those big event pieces like Death Metal Wonder Woman and Butterfly where they come back during these events.
I agree with that very much. Yeah.
The one shots are so important to shut off.
That's what I was gonna
Besides
ask. Yeah, next. What do you guys think are the top things to shut off with him on a sideline?
I think the one shots are big. Honestly, that's probably some of the like those can just change a game. Honestly, so
Which
both
ones?
offensively and
Yeah. So which ones are
Fortify's gotta
you
go.
most afraid of?
Well, I'm still afraid of Keaton because I want to play Hero Clicks. And then Fortify. And on the right team, web swinging is humongous.
yep. Web swinging
Resolve
is-
the green as well. Resolve the
for
green
sure.
and Fortify are going to be your top two big bads.
Yep.
And are you, if you see Beetlejuice on the sideline, is that one of your picks every single game?
At
No.
Worlds, yes.
No,
I
no.
I guess
It's going to be all dependent on my opponent's team. If they
Yeah.
don't have a Kevin or something like that to really take
Yep.
advantage of it, I don't care.
Mhm.
Yeah, go ahead and kill your figures.
yeah. If he does, then if they do, then yes, because obviously you don't want the battery to just be able to keep him out constantly.
Yeah.
What's the other
Which I
one
still
that's going to
think
be really frustrating? The one shot, the leap climb one. What's that called? Web slinging.
Web swinging.
Web swinging.
That's another one that you want to be able to potentially
Mine-
turn off.
Mind gem is still big. Like if you don't want, like if you're trying to like negate the offense, mind gem is huge.
Mind gem's a big one. What about what's the one that lets you turn off something? Is that
That's
What's
that's
the
mind gem.
sorry? What's power gem do? That's the crit hit
Turns
one.
a 10 into yeah, it's the crit hit one.
Okay.
Honestly,
And
too,
depending-
Heimdall's sight is something that you need to be wary of. Getting that 8 range pulse wave is, or like with Freya, an 8 range prob that she can prob 3 times on the right team.
Mm-hmm.
Like that
I've
can
done
make
that
or break a game.
I was gonna say I've done that before. It's really bonkers.
Yeah. And
And depending
be
what
great.
people are trying to do, if you're going to see a lot of Spirit of Vengeance teams, getting rid of some of the Darkhold ones
Yep.
can
Because
help
those-
slow down.
Yeah, slow him down. At Chthon, then I guess you get the stat bumps, but him not being able to self damage himself is really good.
Yeah. So
Because again, you're slowing it down.
that's where I was going to move next. Is the so we haven't talked about him yet. Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk, but what are you shutting down on a Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk team?
Uh,
What are your
probably
What are your pilots
Probably
that
the-
you're seeing the most, right? You're seeing the Chase Thanos from Collector's Trove. You're seeing Phoenix Wolverine. You're seeing Beholder. You're seeing the Zombie Scarlet Witch pretty frequently.
and then Hulk.
Yep,
The
Ultimate
Ultimate
Hulk. That's another one. So what are you shutting off if it's... Because you do not see a whole lot of one-shots on these teams or other things to shut off. You know, Beetlejuice usually isn't on this team either. So you can pick 2 pilots a lot of times.
If they have the Scarlet Witch, they have the one shots. So
Yeah.
that's when you want to get the. Is it
The one
not
shot.
Evil Entwinement, not Soul Siphon? It's the other one.
Cult
that you-
Retribution.
Yeah, Cult Retribution and Chthon, because that's going to
Yeah,
really
yep.
slow down the start.
Do you want to go... Someone want to break down the Chthon interaction with turning him off?
Yeah. So hold on a second. All right.
Nope.
So Chthon says, at the beginning of the game, choose a friendly character with the mystical keyword, and the trait is sideline active. This game, that character modifies the combat value +1. When that character is given an action token, if they're not named Chthon, deal them 1 unavoidable. So basically, Panther shuts off the second portion of Chthon, where you'll gain the +1 combat values because that is of this game duration, but you will lose the dealing the 1 unavoidable. And Chthon also can't pop out then. Not that the Spirit of Vengeance player does that really, but it's just an option. So yes, you're getting the +1 stat mods, but he can't keep self-damaging himself by giving him a token every turn. So
And that's really the only build that you're doing that on, right? I can't think of any other piece, because the whole gimmick with Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk is damaging him as fast as you can to get like a Thanos out or something.
yeah. Oh, I also
Yeah,
like this
you're not
because
gonna
then you
spit it
can
off
just
the top.
double. Yeah, that's true. I also like it that you can then token up Spirit of Vengeance so he can't take action as well. So then he's not ever doing anything. You could do it that way too then, because at least with Chthon, you were worried about him getting down to the stop clicks, but this way you could just token up Spirit every turn if you had the ability to, and he really can't do anything. Then
Did you guys say that there is nothing else that you would ever turn Cathan off, right? This is the only example.
yeah, I really wouldn't any other way. I would never really want to just give +1 combat values for free.
Yeah, because the loophole is fixed where you were able to set up the beholder loophole to where Cathan would stay on the map. Because the duration would have been passed and wouldn't have happened. But they've nixed that, luckily. So, yeah.
So 100% of the time you guys are picking Cathan, correct? As one of the pieces?
Yes.
All right, and then out of every single other element that we listed on a Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk sideline build, what's the other thing that you're picking?
Cult Retribution. Or, no. Diabolic Bargain as well.
Honestly, if it's gonna be tough because even if he's taking those damage, it would probably be one of those one shots or Beholder. Because if you're able to shut off Beholder and him not be able to bring that out, then you're able to actually do really good because he can just pop Beholder out and your turn's over. So Beholder on majority of the
Beholder also works on their turn. So if they pop Beholder out on their turn's over too.
Yeah, but they're able to choose their pilots, so like
I know.
they put Thanos on their turn,
No, I know. I'm just
being
throwing
able to
it out there that Beholder works both ways. So if you pop Beholder out on your turn's done too. Yeah. So I don't think Beholder's that big of an issue. Like Beholder's good, but I just don't think I think Thanos is way worse. So I'd rather take if I didn't have the one shots, Thanos is probably my first target for a Cheer Panther shut off.
Yeah, because I would go there too, because usually they're damaging themselves so that they can bring out Thanos, right? So that's usually their first goal. Whereas if Beholder's the issue, you at least have a little bit of time to set up when it's going to come out, because usually they're like Miles said, like Dan said, if Beholder comes out on their turn, it ends their turn. So you're never going to bring it out when you damage yourself.
Yep. And then two, you also can then just try to clean up a lot of his support and then deal with him versus like you're not going to want to attack him and then there goes Beholder. You're going to want to clean up everything else you can first then.
Pete, besides, you said Cathan also would be your number one choice for sure?
In this instance, yes. Other than that, I probably am not dealing with it. But I honestly kind of agree with Dan. I think, and Miles more than Dan is. Beholders, he just alters the game state immediately. So even if you've got a good turn going, Beholder comes out, now you can't do anything.
Have you? Why you're not? You can control when Beholder comes out as long as you're like. That's all a choice of how you're damaging Spirit, like versus.
No, you can't. How do you control how he comes out? Because they choose the pilot, not you.
Right, but you can choose to be ready for a pilot to come out, whereas they're usually and also, so you're already taking Cathan out, right? That was the biggest thing. So Cathan's off. It's going to take them a lot longer to take that damage to hit their stop clicks. So you already have more time, but they're never going to click their own stop click to go to Beholder. They still will probably have the snake pit. They'll probably have other ways to damage him, like the other one shots and whatnot. But the big thing is that it's Thanos coming out on their turn. So that's what you want to stop. So I would rather stop Thanos coming out on their turn because I have ways to mitigate the issue of the Beholder coming out on my turn.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about just me specifically. That as an aggressive player, that's where I would go with the Beholder, so that way I'm able to then go. But yeah.
If I'm fighting a Spirit, I just go, okay, I know you've got Beholder. I'll measure how much I can damage you before hitting a stop click, or I'll just go after your support first, and then I'll make you the last hit of the turn, and then I don't care if you pop Beholder out because it's over.
Yeah, that works too.
That's my thought. Is Beholder you can control when he pops out, but Thanos you can't. So, like, that's just my thought about approaching the pilots. So,
well, I think it's fine to have two different answers because we're both pretty split on this, but it's good to give perspective and have reasons too. It'll depend on your build a little bit and the opponent you're playing.
Well, I think it also depends on which pilots destroyed you the most, because honestly, Ultimate Hulk has just decimated my teams.
There's been
So
some
I
big
hate
ones.
seeing that piece come out. Yeah.
Going next to the 048 Ghost Rider. This piece, I think people are pretty split on. This might be the number one most split piece.
Actually, really like this piece, but I don't know. Like, I don't see anything bad about him. I don't know. I like him more. I like him more as an attacker, honestly, than just like. I feel like a lot of times people just use him as like a safety net, and I'd like to use him as an attacker too, but I don't know.
I think that's honestly why people are split is because people see like what he can do, and so they play him very defensive.
Yeah.
And I think that actually is the worst way to play him.
Yeah, because
I think
like
he works better as an aggressive piece.
that's what I'm thinking too. Because the problem with him is I don't think he can really take a hit as well. Like, yes, you can do the Ruby shenanigans, but I mean, say you hit him for what? You hit him for 2, right? Now he's just toughness, and then
Yeah,
you
he's
can
dead.
easily blow past that next invincible click that's on click 5, and then he's just gone. So I don't know. I'd much rather get him off to do something like effective as an attacker when he's on his top dial than just beforehand, like, you know what I mean, like before he actually does get hit. I don't know. That's my thought. Plus, I really like him with the new one shot with the Rage of the Red, because him being a 1x2 and then poison, I can just ping so many figures with that one shot.
So usually he's going to have shape change from one of his pilots, right? I would say that would be the most common pick.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
sound right?
the 001 Ghost Rider is usually like 99% of the time the pilot.
Yeah.
And I think he's always at least an option.
So
And the other ones come and go.
let's talk about then the equipment, because I think that honestly it's the equipment choice on him is really what it says the play style that you're going to play him with. So
Yep.
what would you say is the top equipment for him?
Crimson Gem is the best that we've seen throughout all the events. Crimson Gem is the most effective with him if you want to win events.
I agree.
See, I really like the chain now, honestly.
No,
But-
I'm just going off of results that we've seen
Yes.
from CCOs.
Yeah,
Crimson Gem,
I'm more in the theory crafting area right now, but yes, the Crimson Gem is what do you call it? Like verified. It's like we know it's good.
Mhm.
So, but I like the chain because he was one of the first things I looked at. Like, yes, he already has 2 targets, but giving him Giant Reach 3 and the 3rd bolt just
Well, and then improve targeting and destroy blocking for close attacks. Like that's
no. The chain, not the chain, not the wrecking ball.
oh
Dan, are you just picking the chain because
fully,
there's a chain on his sculpt?
I swear. I swear.
Chain gang.
Yes. Yeah, there you go. That's exactly why. Because chain gang.
we call him the doctor of thugonomics if you give him
Yeah.
the chain.
Yes.
Yep.
If you make a team with him on HC units now, does your team name default to Chain Gang?
It might.
It better.
I would hope so.
I'll be honest. Talking about the chain, I think that we need to see someone playing silver John Cena with the chain.
I mean, I'd be dumb enough to
it's
do
happening.
that.
All right, going back to the what was it? The Crimson Gem. So one of the big things that was ruled this way, it's worth knowing, if Ghost Rider has the Crimson Gem and he's holding the phone booth, normally, like if Colossus is holding the phone booth, you don't give shape change to yourself, correct? Correct.
It's because of the way I'm pretty sure it's because of the way the phone booth is worded. It's not.
Yes, correct.
Okay. I just wanted to point that out. That's all.
That's my whole point here. So usually Colossus is a 1x1. So if he's holding the phone booth, he is only going to give it to adjacent characters. And so that will not include himself. But if a piece like Ghost Rider, who is a 1x2, is holding it, or a Kong, who's a 2x2, is holding it, you can choose the other part of their base to be adjacent to them, and it gives it to himself. So that
Yes.
has been officially ruled that way. So that is something that is worth knowing, because that's very frustrating.
I just think that's a terrible thing. He's
It
he's still
is.
himself. He's not adjacent to himself.
Yep.
I know. I don't disagree with that. It's the way the stupid phone booth is worded. Is because it says adjacent characters can
Adjacent
use shape
squares.
change, and you choose the
Listen.
square that he's holding it. So then he's technically adjacent to it with the other part of his base, and then
I
But
feel like
it-
there's
it's
even a rule
through
that
both
says
the
you're never
squares
adjacent
anyway.
to yourself, though. But it has been ruled that that's the way that it works.
Yeah, it's
I mean, I guess you can't fit a motorcycle in a phone booth or a Kong. I don't know.
Now, he does have team player, so I think the other way to play him, and this is obviously more defensively, this goes back to even like talking about collector and stuff, but the Dream Ruby and then getting the Chitari Pog on there. So now he's a 4-6 shape change. It's almost impossible for him to not have that shape change. And if he hits it, then you get to deal the printed damage back at the attacker. What do you guys think about that combo on him?
it's a good combo. The only thing I guess is that if you're trying to pulse wave him, and this is like very specific, he at least won't get the Dream Ruby effect. He will still have shape change, but he won't have the Dream Ruby. So there will be that at least.
that's the most important part. You have dealing with that is that you need some form of pulse wave because
And you would
With
lose
precision strike.
the 4-6. So yeah, you don't get the Dream Ruby, you don't get the Chitari Skrull team ability, but you would get your regular 5 or 6 shape change.
Yep.
But thoughts on that combo with him over the Crimson Gem, comparing the two?
This is where it becomes play style. I prefer the Crimson Gem because I like using him as an aggressive piece. I think he works better as that. Because 70 points to use as a support piece, I think that it's just not optimized to play it that way. Like I realize that you don't want people to attack him, but like he's 70 points, and from what I've seen from streams, a lot of people don't use him aggressively, which is
Correct.
interesting. I guess if you use him aggressively with the Dream Ruby, maybe, but even then, all it takes is for him to miss the shape change.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel the same way. I actually like him copying. I actually like giving him shape change and then just copying super senses from. I was pairing him with the Legacy Madam Web, and then she's able to just replace his super senses. So if I have a 6 loaded, I can just replace it and it's fine.
So what do you think about
So-
Ghost Rider's Chain Gang here? 2 Legacy Daredevils, and one has Crimson Gem and one has Asgardian armor, and he carries the phone booth around.
It's annoying. That's for sure.
It's a lot of pals on bikes.
All right.
What if I call him a chain gang because he's the only one with a chain? So I don't know about that.
He's a leader, so he gets one.
Are they
the
Is that more like it?
the biggest way to counter this guy, obviously getting a 1x2 or whatnot for the elevated, so that he's not adjacent to people. Because like Miles said, a lot of people are playing this guy defensively still. So having a way to stop the adjacency, so that people that are friendly to him aren't getting their powers no matter what as well. So that's still the number one way to counter him.
Another thing I think people aren't thinking about is if there are figures that can pull figures out of formation. I think that's big.
Man, that just makes me miss the boot and the spin ring. But what are the biggest ones that you would say?
Spot, Paviter, Arrow. There's 3 figures that can just easily like move a figure out of position, and then he's not adjacent anymore, and you can.
Mogo.
Or Mogo.
Yeah.
Oh, Mogo, yeah, that's one
Mogo's
that's...
40 points.
Mogo's gonna be huge. So
Because you can place him, and you can even fishtail it because it's a place and not a move. So
the negative zone Arrow I think is big against Ghost Rider because you can just put him back into the starting area. So and you don't have to hit him. Or I think you could do something where you could energy explode him and then choose that he just goes into the starting zone. So
Would asking your opponent
this
to not
is another
place
one that I
adjacent
like
to their
Hypnotic.
team be a legit strategy?
Hypnotic Arrow.
or the
Yes,
hypnotic.
yes,
That's
very
also good.
If you ask nicely.
Yeah, if you ask, with like cherries on top or something.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Miles?
The Hypnotic Arrow trick with him.
Yep.
You don't want to deal with that Dream Ruby, so you're just going to take a chance that someone adjacent to him.
Mhm.
And then you just have him attack someone and just since he ignores characters, run him
He
back
just
to his
moves.
starting area. Because
Yep.
that's the hard part about the Ghost Riders, his deployment. So if you can mess their formation up by sending him back to their starting area and leaving the rest of their team vulnerable, I think is a very, very good strategy against him
Sure.
with Dream Ruby.
All right, let's go to number 10. That is the Chase Captain America from Smash and Destroy with the Colosseum. This guy, where do you think he rates? Because he's been getting more and more popular. Do you think he ticks up or down at Worlds?
I think he stays where he's at. Honestly, I don't really know if he's gonna tick up or down.
He goes up with Lantern
Really?
Legacy legal. Yep, absolutely.
Why?
Sinestro.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's just
I'm not saying it's a great team or a great strategy, but not being able to modify and then positively modify and then putting them inside of that Colosseum to have -2 their attack and damage is definitely going to be a team that I think people need to prepare for.
What are the most common things that we're even seeing with? He's probably the piece that is on the most random teams. No?
Yeah.
Is
yeah,
there
he is.
any piece that we've talked about that, I don't know. I mean, I guess you can kind of like mix and match Colossus, right? Or Kong, but I feel like we've seen those teams that they're on more frequently, right? This guy is just, people put the most random stuff with this guy to try to make it work. And that's how good he is.
That's why
he
I think
does.
we're going to see this semester is because people can't positively modify, and so they're going to try and go all in on the arena marker. And there's a 10-point piece that just stops that. That doesn't break theme. That I really think, and it's readily available because it's in a pizza box. The 10-point Groot that gives Jason for the characters Guardians, so that way you don't have to worry about attacking them. Like so for instance, like say Chase Doom, for instance, like now he's not going to be a -2 to his attack if you're attacking from range.
Mm-hmm.
And you're able to completely mitigate that negative with just a 10-point pog.
Do you think that he's played frequently enough, though, to that's worth putting on your team for 10 points?
I do think that the group pog is worth putting on for 10 points. Absolutely. Not just because of him, but we have the Sinestro ring that's now becoming a thing. We have the Prime Sinestro, which people are gonna try that out with they think the my opponent can't do anything team. It's one of those teams that sure you can do it, it's not gonna be great, but I do think the group pog is definitely worth like getting on there. I think the Guardians TA is gonna be huge this Worlds. Because
how's the Guardians TA worded? Does it get around the what is it? The fire, dumpster fire.
It is worded as
Is it opposing
so
effects?
the character's combat values cannot be modified by opposing characters' effects.
So characters though, so it does not get around the
it doesn't get around it.
dumpster fire. Okay.
I mean,
No.
that's okay. That's fine. I mean, it's
Good to know though, because I honestly think that you're going to see a ton of dumpster fires. People still don't even know what the dumpster fire does. So dumpster fire is a 1x2 blocking terrain that if you're within 3 of it, this is for both teams, not just the team that it's friendly for, then your attack is -1. So I think that's another object that you would even see on a Captain America team.
Well, yeah, you're going to carry that and put that into the arena marker with them. And then have the Prime Sinestro says -2. Now it's going to be -3 if they have to get close. And this is, I think, another good point where I think Mogo is amazing, and as well as like Arrow, you're able to free place because she can free place any figure, right? Arrow.
hold on. It has to.
It's a friendly
Okay,
move.
so Mogo, for instance, is like So Mogo can place someone out of the marker or out of the arena marker.
She can force blast what's his name out of the marker too. So because you can perplex him.
If they filled up the marker, it's like Mogo can free place someone, and then you can then get somebody in there, so they don't get the -2 to their attack.
Or you can just bring somebody out, and you can just target them out of there too. You can do the same thing.
Yeah. But I definitely think I think we're gonna see Captain America with Prime Sinestro. I hope they don't try it at 50 points. I just think Prime Sinestro sucks at 50 points. I think that if you're doing him at 100, I think that there could be something there. Especially like if you.
At least he won't die as easily because I feel like one good attack and he's just dead then.
So
Yeah, I mean, there's the Indigo ring or the Indigo battery that just becomes insane since you can place it. It can't move, but you can still carry it because you can make it tiny, or you can have a colossal, or carry it or whatever, and put in that arena marker. So
you think
I think there is something there with him.
I do like Prime Sinestro at 100 a lot more, but you still like him at 100 with this Captain America?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I don't think he's playable at 50.
I think this is the only instance that you play him at 50, because then there's a huge difference between 115 points to make a gimmick like this work and 165.
Yeah, I'm still going with 165.
Okay.
On it. Mm-hmm.
I think this is the only instance that you could play the 50 and just try to protect him a little bit and just be aggressive with this build.
Yeah, I think we're going to see quite a few of that build that more than we've been seeing Captain America.
Yeah, I can definitely see him coming up. I mean, he's fun to play too, right? So this is just an awesome piece that's fun to play and does well. So this is a piece that you're going to see a ton of. Free Mjolnir too, yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else you guys want to add to Captain America, or feel pretty good? Oh, that's another thing. So at the beginning of the game, you generate an arena marker at least 4 squares away from all map edges that then destroy all blocking terrain within 2 squares of the arena marker. So that will destroy any blocking terrain that you have placed at the beginning of the game. That does include Freya's marker, correct? When is that placed?
No, hers is also at the beginning of the game.
So it depends on who goes first.
Yeah.
Yes. But if the Freya team goes first and places her marker, you can place the arena marker and blow up her first terrain marker.
And dumpster fires, but yeah, realistically, you don't want to. That's where it's really tough because you have to be real careful where you place it, especially if you have this team with the dumpster fire.
So yeah, getting something with super strength. So a Crimson Gem on a Daredevil is like awesome, right? You take up room 2 spots in a Colosseum, and you have dumpster fire. So I think that's the play. All right, let's go to Kevin. This guy has obviously been all over the place. Really not much.
So my question is it because it's from Captain America's effect that like it's being destroyed? Because then he would take 1 unavoidable for destroying the marker.
Well, he has immune.
He's not. Yes, he does.
Oh, no,
have
it's unavoidable.
immune.
Yeah, so unavoidable except during first turn immunity. You can't get that gets around the unavoidable.
No, I thought first turn immunity means there's still no unavoidable.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So since he has first turn immunity, it would get around him not taking the unavoidable.
Yeah, so he wouldn't take it. If that wasn't the case, though, would he? Because it's his trade and not him? I guess it doesn't matter, right? It's never going to be a thing that matters.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Not worth, I guess, going into that hole. All right, going to Kevin here. So biggest things with him, you're either seeing him with Towerette or Khonshu. Frequently, though, one of the biggest things is Beetlejuice, right? So Beetlejuice from the sideline, you roll at the end of the turn, and both him and the Chase Loki from Collector's Trove just spin their dial. So Loki is a little bit more safe because he does not have a KO click. If you spin Kevin, though, and you do get to click 8, he just dies. Yes.
Yep.
But if you have him, because the max you can take from Beetlejuice is 3 damage. So you're always going to be safe no matter what if you are on click 4 or higher. So that is
unless you have Major Logan. I would love to see like a double Major Logan team where he's on like click 2 or click 3.
Sure, yeah, then you're going to that. But that's a big reason that people have gone back to the Khonshu instead of Towerette is because now they can still spin him and they still have the prob. Because before Beetlejuice, people were doing prob all the time, and then Towerette still gives him the support and outwit more than anything.
So now you go to 2, and then you go to either click 1 or 2, and then you just stay on. You always have Prob, and you can just switch between support or outwit depending on what you need.
Yeah.
Which I like that better, and it's safer if you're trying to do the other thing. But I mean, he's still great no matter what. So.
But beyond that, I don't think there's really anything else with him, right? It's just that little change because of Beetlejuice.
Yep.
My favorite piece right now, or one of them, is the Legacy Daredevil at number 12. People still don't know that this guy, you KO him once at 10 points, you get the 10 points, he still comes back, and you do not get any more points for him if you KO him again. So he basically has 2 lives at 10 points.
So one thing that I think is interesting that I wanted to quickly note is how a lot of the stuff that's at least I think on the top pieces is relatively old. If you look at the stuff that came out, like a lot of this stuff is relatively like on the back end of the like what's modern, which I think is interesting.
It's kind of split between Predegaton just came
Captain
out.
America's the newest?
Now Predegaton's over a year old now. Or almost a year old.
No, he wasn't even legal for Worlds last year.
Oh, he's Masters of Time. But I'm thinking more Colossus, Kong, Timebreaker, Ghost Rider, Kevin. Like, that's still a good chunk. That's what, at least half of the set list is older?
Yeah.
It's about, it's
It
about
just
half.
speaks to the effectiveness of the pieces, is all it does.
No, I know. I just think that's an interesting data point, is that a lot of this stuff is older, or like on the back end of what's modern.
Honestly, I think it's split, and I like that. It's not saying that the power creep is overtaking anything, you know? It's kind of right in the middle. The best pieces, it's almost split 50-50.
Yep.
Do you guys have any stories or anything fun you want to say about Daredevil?
I hate fighting daredevils.
I
I
got-
fight daredevils so much.
I was gonna say I got real good at killing them. That's about all I got. I was like, okay, how do I kill 4 Daredevils in one shot?
Yeah, it's
he
just
has
a
one
nightmare
more
to
run.
deal with them.
Him and Prime Lobo, they have one run in Modern. I want to see it happen.
Miles, get out of here.
See how easy they were to kill.
Dumbest legacy card ever.
This guy's amazing. Whatever. 10 points. He's
No,
cool.
his keywords were such a problem. I don't care for everything else. They just needed to fix that nonsense.
That's my only issue, honestly.
Making him not unique was just
Also that. Yeah, that was like, why was he not unique? Jesus. He was unique the first time.
So when you do KO him and you roll that d6, the only thing that makes him not immune is rolling a 1. 2 through 6, he's immune, and you can't attack him again.
I mean, but you're just going to roll a 1, so he's not going to be immune. So.
I can't even say that's not true, because the amount of times I've rolled 1 on this guy is infuriating. But I still love him.
I mean, he's great. I mean, and it's hilarious watching you box in an opponent with a bunch of Daredevils and then just feeling like, what's the word? Like, you're not trapped in here or whatever. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. That's about how I look at it.
Free. If you don't have your destroyer armor on anybody else, he gets it for free. I've seen plenty of destroyer armors on these guys. And then Crimson Gem I love on this guy too. Just having one with Crimson Gem to bust through stuff and carry around the herb or something like that. So crazy utility piece here. Easily one of my favorites. I'm sad when he goes to silver I can only play 1. Black.
Yeah, me too.
Black Symbiote. So is this guy only more recently up here because of Kong?
I mean, it's just good for 15 points, right? Easy to kill, and it's basically, I mean, what I would consider the equivalent of a really good equipment, and you're gaining what? Shape Change, Steel Energy, Super Strength, all 3 amazing powers. I mean, that's just good for 15 points. So.
Yeah, I think it's worth noting what you can add this to any character, even if it's equipped or has a avatar on it.
Yep.
I don't know how many people are really playing this though, even though it's high up on this list. I think it's really just for all the big Kong builds that have come out recently.
Yeah, because even though it says it at 198 teams, like 30 wins and 39%.
Yeah,
So
it's still. Only...
I mean, honestly, I mean, if monsters were bigger too, I could see this being
Definitely.
put on that. Monsters aren't really quite there right now. Like they're good, but you know,
Yeah, I agree with that. The team I had him on was actually a monster team, also the Kong team at Clix Camp. This guy, so Spirit of Vengeance, Red Hulk. Is it really just the support that's kicking this guy out of the top, or is he? It says he's gone up a little bit in August. So
well, he's only on. Well, I mean, the amount of teams is less obviously than because we're doing popularity. So, but I still think the support right now is better, honestly. Because if you look at it, what's in the top 10? Mainly support. You got Scarlet Witch, Panther, Timebreaker, Phoenix, Copycat, Degaton. That's a lot. You're
yeah,
telling
that
me
goes back
seven out of
to a point that we were making like 3 or 4 episodes ago, where we need better keyworded support pieces. Otherwise,
Yes.
this is what
Just
you end up with.
yeah, where it's the same 7 things over and over and over again.
Yep.
And a lot
'Cause
of
they
people aren't
made-
building with them too because it's $150 for the legacy card.
And
You
the
know.
figure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they decided to make so many insane sideline pieces or elements, they should have definitely had more stuff ready to go, like Black Panther at the same time.
That's always something that I don't understand. Only making him and Despero's just flat out worse. Like, why did you not make more figures that could interact with the sideline?
Yeah.
Like, give me a piece that I can kill stuff off the sideline. Like, give me that. Like, I'll gladly make an attack to kill something off the sideline and get some points.
Oh, for sure.
Even if you don't get points, who cares?
Well, that's what I mean. Like, well, but I'm thinking of it like the reap trait or something, right? Like, all right,
Yeah.
I killed you, I get something. Like, I'd take that.
All right, so let's break down Spirit of Vengeance, Red Hulk. We already kind of talked about his pilots. Is there anything else to add to that? We kind of broke down every single one that you've seen. Have you seen any weird outliers?
I mean, he's just a good attacker.
But is he a good attacker?
Yeah,
Is he a good attacker
mean-
for his points, though?
I think so. Yeah, an 11, 11, 18, 4. I would say hypersonic, yes. Considering how scared is everyone of Keaton right now, where you're like, okay, I mean, this guy still just functions. He doesn't care. So,
Just checking. Never at 200 points,
Yeah,
right?
without
We never
the
saw him
pilot-
at 200 points, really.
oh God, never.
Yeah.
No, you can't play him at 200.
Without the pilots, he's not functionally. He's okay at 125. It's the pilots that really put him over the top.
Yeah, after rotation
but-
with Cathan leaving, I think this guy takes a major dip in play. But
will,
he's
but I
going to
still think
be. How many teams?
I still think he'll be good.
What percentage of teams do you think this guy is going to make at Worlds?
I think
35.
not as much because everyone's gonna go with the Colossus Kong. I think.
I'm going to
because of,
say this
monetary
guy's
reasons.
30% of teams have this guy on it.
I was gonna say 30, 35, and somewhere in that range, yeah. Like, he's just good.
But is he good for his points?
So 30 out of 100 teams will have him.
30 out of 100? Yes.
Yeah, so if there's 200 players, we had 60 Spirit of Vengeance teams. I don't know if we'd get that high with them.
You don't think so? This guy, again, you're talking Worlds, right? People have tried some teams. This is the most proven piece that
I'm going
won.
with 20. I think we're gonna have 20
He's not-
25.
He's one of the most proven pieces, but I still, like, obviously Colossus is still more vetted than he is.
But how?
So-
Usually he's on the same team, though, right? How many Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk teams don't have Colossus versus how many Colossus teams don't have Spirit of Vengeance?
We were seeing a mix. I feel like we've been seeing mix-ups here and there now, like where he was going back to Mystical now and not just non-theme. Yes, there was a bunch of teams that stacked him up with Colossus, but I think we've started to see an uptick of actual like theme teams too with him.
With Colossus not on Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk teams?
Yeah,
No way.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 25. I think 20, 25.
yeah. When you give me that number, it feels like honestly, also with his scarcity, I think that's also part of it. Is we might just see less of him because of the scarcity.
But you got
Just the-
groups
That's
of
why, yeah,
groups of friends traveling. This is like the event where you make it happen. That if whatever you want to
Kong.
play, you're going to.
I would play 200 point Kong over him, even with the pilots.
Well, yeah, but you would also play Nort and what's his face, Zombie McZomberson.
Yeah, and Pulp, of course, because it's funny. That's Pulp.
Oh man.
You don't see me playing Simon Garth in Modern or
You
Lady
want to.
Mastermind.
You want to.
Just because I want to doesn't mean I'm going to. It would be hilarious to run the meme team of Simon Garth and the Black Lantern Reanimates.
I mean, you can't say Miles doesn't play good stuff when it comes to Modern. Like, if you look at any of his, like, when he's actually played Modern, come on, like, I know you like to dog on
I do
Lady
try
Mastermind,
sometimes.
What was the point that I was trying to make here with this guy? Spirit of Vengeance, Red Hulk.
You don't think he's good for his points, but he's good because of the circumstances that he's allowed to be in right now.
Yeah. Once we hit the Cathan is off the sideline, I don't think this guy sees as much play at all anymore. The whole gimmick is that he's bringing out insane amount of points from the sideline. So
I'm looking forward to that because I'm cooking up some things with him. So
I feel like he's still good because he's not a stop clock, but he still functions just the same.
for
And he,
Modern though, let's go back to the CCOs, right?
Mhm.
What won most of them?
I feel like not him, actually. I feel like it was actually kind of broken up into a variety of things, but let me look, because...
Oh, I just lost it. There.
I wish I could see what the winning piece was on each thing.
top
But...
one.
Well, we can just
You can see what pieces
go to
were
we can go to the circuit, right?
Yeah, you just go to the circuit. Yep. Let's see. Hold on.
And then we can see
Force.
Then
Top
meta. Oh, and is it? Oh, yes. You go main force by win percentage, right?
Yep.
And that should be the top piece then.
Yeah.
No, popularity or by wins.
By wins.
What was that?
Oh yeah, maybe by wins.
So he was not. He was number 9. The top piece is Degaton, Colossus, Kevin, Timebreaker, Daredevil, Phoenix, Copycat, Chair Panther.
So he
I have him at 4th behind Timebreaker, Kevin, and Perdegaton, which would put him at the most wins.
I have him at a higher
See, I have-
percentage.
I have him at
91.8% top one, or 93.9% with 46 wins.
Oh, I have him at 188 wins and only 66% win percentage.
Oh no, I went to top 1. I went to main force top 1.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't have him. He is number 4. So, but yeah, he is.
Oh yeah,
number
there you
4.
go.
Yeah.
So that's the number 1 attacker right there, right?
Yeah, it's him and Colossus because they're about on the same number of teams. Colossus just has a they're almost identical. They're almost identical. Colossus has a
So
93.
he was on 7 of the winning teams, and
Yeah,
Colossus was on 6.
6.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just saying they're almost identical.
But I think that just shows you that this is, if someone looks at this right here, this is the piece that people are going to go to if they want to win. So I think 30% is a valid number. Look at how many people played either Thanos or Apocalypse that won Worlds, you know?
I guess, but if you look at how many teams were in the totality of CCOs, and he only made 7. That's what I get Miles's point there.
No,
when you look at the
7
numbers.
wins.
Sorry. Yeah, no, 7 teams.
That
He was only
won,
on 7
but we're in
teams.
top 1 right now. So this means won the event. So he won 7 CCO events. Right? Am I looking at this correct?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so you go down to Colossus won 6, and then if you go down to the next attacker, Ghost Rider, it was on 4 teams. Doctor Doom was on 4. Kong was on 4. Captain America was on 4.
Yeah.
And then you have Collector and Swamp Thing on 2. So that's where you're going to look at your main attackers, essentially, is there. And then Yao won 2 as well.
So, but the top 2 right now are essentially Spirit and Colossus.
Yeah.
Because they're, like I said, they're almost identical. Colossus is down one team, but he has almost the exact same win percentage too.
So I would say that is the number 1 team, right? Is Colossus and Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk.
Yeah.
I believe you are correct.
So I
We'll
think
see how it shakes
30%
out. We'll
is
see how it
very viable. I know with what Miles said, where every 100 people, 30 are going to play that. It sounds a little ridiculous, but when you look at these stats, I think you're going to Worlds. People are going to be playing that stuff to win. So
Yeah, it's just because we have about 200 people. It's just hard for me to see 60 Spirit of Vengeance. That's
Yeah,
why
that's
I'm
what
going
I'm-
with
Look
that's
at
what I
look
don't
at the
agree
worlds
with
that was literally Thanos versus Apocalypse. If we had HC units, what do you think those stats would have been? If let's say we had 120 people, I would easily say
So
that
the
100
one
played either
difference
Thanos or
between
Apocalypse.
those two was that there was nothing even close to those two when you look at where that meta was.
Right. So this is what, half of that then? I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that there's still other viable things that can beat Spirit of Vengeance
Yeah.
that people could play. Yeah,
Right.
the Thanos Apocalypse was a weird outlier.
I'm not saying this is as bad as Thanos in Apocalypse, right? I'm just saying that that's an example of if people think, well, we just know this is the best team. This is
No,
what
no,
won the most.
I think we're closer than you think. That's why I think that 25%. I think that 50 out of 200, I think is what I'm going with. Is a 25%.
I think this is the
I was saying, I think
stat
30
that I'll be the
higher.
most interested in after Worlds then. Biggest we talked about his pilots. What about biggest counters for him? I like the surrounding him so he doesn't have anyone to any place to spawn a pilot.
Yeah, to poop out a pilot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Otherwise
Constipate him.
otherwise
Yeah, I
the
think
1x2
constipating him is probably the
is
best way.
constipating him.
Yeah.
I actually like Mind Gem the best now, honestly.
To say that he doesn't have
You just don't have your damage power. Don't care, and then I'm just gonna murder you. So
which you can do with Nth Metal also. So just getting rid of
it just takes more steps with the end. That's the thing, because you have to nth metal him and then outwit him versus the Mind Gem just happens, and then you just pick the damage power and it's gone.
Well, those are two different builds though, right? I mean, some builds get Mind Gem on super easy with a Infinity Gem piece like Loki, easily Mind Gem for free, right? Otherwise, you're looking at a piece like Elsa that gets the Trick Arrows for free. So I think it's just good to know both those tech, because a lot of times you're just getting them for free on one of the pieces you're already playing.
Yeah, I know, I get that. I just like, for ease of use, I like the Mind Gem.
Yeah. So, and then also the 1x2 terrain, putting it under him, like we said, with Ghost Rider. Other than that, any other big things? So, getting rid of his damage power, getting rid of the adjacency of him, which is so that's another thing too. That's a big reason why I keep hearing people not aware of why he's getting played with the glider. And so he's getting played with the glider so that you can put him on two different elevations, and it makes it much harder to stop him from getting his pilots out.
It's either surround him or drop an elevated under him.
Exactly. So it is it's not for the combat reflexes or precision strike or this or that. It's so that it's much harder to stop him and prevent him from getting his pilots, which I think that play is awesome. Anything else you guys want to add to him? Oh, what do you think the correct equipment on him is? Anything? Or do you just let him die? Or just get to his pilots?
I think motorcycle and glider.
What about longsword as an attacker to make him at least a 12 for 5?
If you're using him as an attacker, I think you go the motorcycle, because you get full map with him, because you get +2 speed and +1 from Cthulhu. So now he's going to be a
13 speed.
Yep. And then
14 speed?
Also ignores characters, so you can get pretty much wherever you want. And then if you plan that with the Cthulhu damage, you're getting a pilot out immediately after. So motorcycle's still a good idea, but I like the whatchamacallit, the glider.
The glider?
Yeah, the best, just because you still have a decent amount of range with Thanos when you get him out or whatever else.
I like the longsword.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. I think those are 1A and 1B. I think depending on how you're going to play him, I think is where it's going to be at.
Pete, what's your take?
I like the glider, but I don't think the motorcycle is a bad answer at all. I don't think this longsword's a bad answer, depending on how you want to do this, but I think the other two are better.
All right, anything else you guys want to add to Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk?
Be aware of him. He's going to be there.
Yep, he's very good.
All right, let's go to Caveman Wally West. So this is usually the piece. Many pieces can get the +1 longsword for free. This is usually the piece that gets it, right? That gives him blades. He does the Ares bomb. People are making him big with pin particles, or honestly, he's just running to you. And I've gotten Ares bomb by this guy without pin particles.
I feel like he also just runs to you just to like, all right, turn off senses, and then so somebody else can hit you. Also, like I've had him just do that too.
Is this the biggest suicide bomb piece that isn't Red Hulk? Actually,
I feel like yeah, because there's plenty of times where he's come up and missed, and then he just dies
Yeah.
that next
I've seen
turn.
him crit miss on streams so many times on that last
Yeah,
play.
it's like,
Yep.
oof.
I know I've seen Ollie do it at least twice. He actually finally stopped playing him. He was really about him for a little bit. But yeah, this guy just
I mean, who
shuts.
doesn't like 3 attacks, right? I mean, you know.
This guy just shuts off super senses within 3. So running him up with a 9 hypersonic, ignoring characters, and I think 11 for 4 then, and he's very commonly just going the 9 squares, and you don't care if he dies after.
When you get him with the kooky cap, he's now running 11. So it's full map with the TK.
Which on past teams is very common.
Yep.
And like
Considering he has a 20-point.
yeah, like we mentioned, you crit miss on click 8, and he dies.
Yep, because he does not get to go back to his other. Does no? I think he just died. Oof.
No, he dies. He doesn't get to go back. Trust me.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, he's dead.
He does get to go. He does get to go back if you eat Mystics damage, which is good. But you're gonna just click down your dial real fast if you do that. So that's also be careful.
Usually he's just dropping a longsword after.
Yeah, he's Miles talks about it a lot too. Like people aren't willing to trade points. This is a point trade piece
for sure.
I'm gonna give you 50 points, but I'm gonna try to get 100 plus off of you pretty quick.
This guy can be brutal. Knowing you don't have to deal with super senses when it's a huge rollout game still is big.
See, I feel like there's not as many people running super senses right now. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I just feel like it's more shape change right now than super senses. But
that might be true. But there's still plenty of stuff with super senses where if you know you don't have to deal with it, there's a better chance you're gonna go in and take that risk.
Oh yeah, I get that, but I could see why he's dropped down a couple places recently versus where he was before. Because I think there's been like where things.
I'll play him with Zinzi, and then now you don't get rollout.
Yep, no battle fury, no super senses, no nothing, or no shape change.
Yep.
All right, let's go. Anything you guys want to add about Caveman Wally West? I mean, he's going to be on a decent amount of teams. Know that he's probably getting to you.
I think he's just really good for his points.
Yeah, he's great. 50 points for what he does is amazing.
And this is, I think, the only guy with hyper time, right? Besides Perdegaton.
One of the few, yeah.
Oh, that's another thing that people do not know that I just because nobody reads this, right? The team ability, Caveman Wally West, because he has hyper time, does not have to stop when he's adjacent to Perdegaton because it only stops people without the team ability. So that caught me, I don't know, a couple months ago, and I know I still hear it catching other people also. Just at our CCO, 3 or 4 weeks ago, I overheard it happening at a table too. So worth noting. Yeah. All right, Loki, the chase from what is this? Collector's Trove, yeah. He was kind of laughed off in the beginning, right? But I think enough things have either become big plays or have made him better. So the Asgardian keyword gives him the Destroyer armor for free. Kevin, letting him spin the dial, never having to worry about the getting KO'd. Give him Cathan, gets the +1 values. Yep, and then he's not worrying about dying or taking the damage because he's always spinning the dial. And then, like Dan mentioned before, you get the Mind Gem for free, which automatically discounts his points pretty much because that's a 10-point, very usable one-shot.
So then he's essentially 5 points because you're getting the Destroyer armor for free and you're getting the Mind Gem for free. So it's basically 5 points.
So stupid. So yeah, Destroyer armor and Cathan is making him a 21 defense.
At all times.
Yep.
And so even if you take away And that's the best part because he either has reflexes or ESD, so it's just like you're always plus probably 3 no matter what.
I guess the big drawback is that you don't know what powers you're going to have at the beginning of the turn, but for the low points and everything you get, probably worth it.
Totally worth it.
Depends on the tech and your team, but is there really any like secrets about him? Really, I mean that's really the only reason you're playing him. So just know that
he's just really good for his points.
Going to what is this next? Cookie Captain America. Yeah. So is this guy ever on teams that aren't passed? Is he ever on just an Avengers team? Is he on just straight Avengers, or is he always taking past and making them Avengers?
Well,
No,
this one,
that's what he's doing.
So no.
Well, this team up card, people just add the team up card many times anyway and don't even realize it.
Yeah, the thing I think too, honestly, is that he's a double-edged sword because you are getting that, but you're losing out. Like you're losing out on the Pegasus Captain America in turn because you can't play 2 guys with the same name. So I don't know. Like the past is so good on its own that you don't necessarily need to do Avengers. And I'm not 100% sure if Avengers is strong enough right now where you can buff it with past. I'm just not 100% sure it's quite there. I don't know.
Are you saying you have to have it with past?
Yeah, what I'm saying is like Avengers in and of itself is not strong enough to stand on its own 2 feet. Like you have to
Yeah,
you have
I
to
would agree with that.
You have to bolster it with past, but I think past is better on its own than with him.
I mean, past is bonkers, so getting in more pieces to add to it is just amazing anyway. So
Well, you're putting Perdegaton on Avengers like that.
Dan, you don't think he's good enough on a pass team?
No,
no, he does.
Oh, okay.
That's not what I said. It was I think it's a double-edged sword because you're losing out on something like Pegasus Cap when pass is also just good enough on its own. Like you don't necessarily need him, is what I'm saying.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
saying he's not
saying,
good.
yeah, he's saying you don't need this on pass, but you can't really play Avengers without pass. Is that right, Dan?
Yes, there
Okay,
you go.
all right. I was just trying to get a clarification.
Yeah, and I agree 100% with that.
I think that
He's awesome.
For 25 points, this is your leadership. He gives you perplex, and then he's also giving everyone that +1 attack with the Avengers, though. And then the crazy support from Scarlet Witch now gives your entire team Mystics. I think that's easily worth 50 points on a pass team.
And even 75 because you throw Quicksilver and now you get +2 speed on everyone.
I'm not as sold on Quicksilver like you are, but
I have a question.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Quicksilver beats Soulfire.
Wow.
Miles, how do you feel about past chance of winning Worlds? On keyword, because I think non-theme is still bigger, right? But on theme,
Man, pass is
Looking at
so
on
good.
theme,
Yeah.
I think if you're looking at non-theme, I think past Avengers, just ignoring unthemed teams as a whole, would probably have one of the better chances of winning it if you had to pick a theme team to win it.
How about this take? The only person to take past Avengers to top 8 is John Michael.
Yeah.
Wait, he took it to top 2. What are you talking about?
I'm saying the only person to make it to top 8 at Worlds is going to be John Michael.
Oh.
We're talking about the future.
Okay, that's
With the
yeah,
past
probably.
team.
If I wanted to place my money, that's where I'd be putting it.
I'm not saying he doesn't go further. I'm saying that no other person is going to bring a past Avengers team into top 8.
I bet you he won't play past Avengers though.
Really?
He'll just play past. Yeah.
Did he? He was playing past Avengers, wasn't he?
I'm pretty sure
He likes
just
playing
played-
Pegasus Cap a lot.
Yeah, he just played past. He did not play past Avengers, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I still stand by the fact that he's the only person bringing past to top 8.
I mean, you're not wrong.
So I guess
We
if
take
that's the
bets.
case, we could take bets. And if that's the case, then I don't see this Captain America making top 8 then.
I'm good with that. I also agree with that statement. So
Anything else you guys want to add here? I mean, it's pretty, right, it's obvious. 25-point leadership, like we said. You get that Avengers team ability on everyone. It does count as if it would be printed on your base for whatever other effects. Scarlet Witch then gives you the Mystics, and for whatever reason, if you want to be a little faster, you can pay 25 points for Quicksilver and his fast little legs.
Just saying, Quicksilver beats Soulfire.
Also, he also gets Mjolnir for free because he is a Captain America. So technically, he costs 5 points, if that's how you want to quantify it. But
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
That's wild. I'm still not completely used to that. No,
What?
Here, this guy gets Mjolnir for free. Great.
oh,
That's what he needed.
Anything else you guys want to add about him? No? All right. Let's go to Diana. I hate pieces like this.
why?
I don't know. I don't like the placing and getting crazy reach.
At least she has to attack. Like that's at least like okay, I have to attack. That's at least the thing.
Well, at
I'm
least-
interacting.
Yeah, at least Zala has to hit.
Yeah, I get
So
that.
I'm gonna make a prediction.
Okay.
I think Princess Diana is going to lose in silver to a team with Mary Jane and paparazzis.
Why?
Because Princess Diana got killed by paparazzis.
Oh, that's in poor taste, Miles, and I can't
Oh,
believe it went
Miles.
over my head.
Oh, that's awful, Miles. I'm sorry, I can't.
All right, so for 50 points, she's in power. She's bringing something over. I'm getting this back on task here.
She's also not just in power. She's also +1 attack. So she's a
Yeah.
+2 stat mod for just being next to her. And the +1 attack is only within 4 squares. You don't even need to be adjacent. She's
And
also
she's
your leadership. But
Yeah.
she's a trade. This is the thing. She's a trade piece. She's like Wally. She will go over. She will do her thing, and she is dead.
I think that Wally has a better chance of surviving than her.
Yes, I agree with that statement. But that's
So,
like
yeah, she's
what I'm
more
saying.
of a- yeah, it's
What I'm
all or
saying is-
nothing, and that's the problem
Yes.
with this piece is that this piece is built to go first,
Yep,
and if you don't go first,
you're dead.
she's
Well, this lets you deploy PegCat pretty easily. So
This lets you deploy a lot of things.
everything. Yeah,
I think the
So,
biggest thing
but
that people forget about are the modifiers too. So the other friendly characters in 4 squares modify attack +1, and then she also has empower. So
I think she's. I mean, I really like her. I think she's amazing, but she is a trade piece, and that is the one reason that I haven't really put her on builds. It's because I don't like trading out 50 points like that when it's hard to guarantee KOing double her points sometimes with stuff.
so I think she. What's,
I'm still just laughing at Miles.
You're both so awful.
I think obviously I feel Diana is better than Zala, but I think as far as game design goes, Zala is healthier for the game where you actually have to hit.
Well, and the difference too between her and Zala is that she needs hypersonic speed to really get full map.
Yep.
Zala, you have that God Killer sword because she
Yeah.
already has hypersonic speed. So
Mhm.
Yep. So as far as point
Yeah.
investment, Zala is a better point investment now than she. So you don't even need like a tomb anymore. You just have a TK plus her, and she goes, and she's
you can still
probably.
you can still do the attune thing, but yeah, I think being able to shut off senses.
Oh no, that's way better.
Oh no, that's just flat out better. No, I'd much rather do that because Zala can also just shoot from a distance and do the same thing. Like she doesn't need to close attack you, and because that the God Killer is only when you attack. It's not when you close attack.
Yeah.
So, what's funny about this piece? I don't play this piece. I have it. I don't play it. I have Zala too. I don't play it. But I won't even look at Zala because this one exists. So if I'm debating doing this, I'm like, well, it's just gonna be Diana, not Zala,
That's how I
because
feel.
I'm gonna miss the attack, right?
Yep, that's how
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
the extra 15
I would
points.
rather at this point. I'd rather use Zala than Diana, honestly, especially considering where we are. Because I think shape change is more prevalent, so Zala is a better choice. I think if I'm trying to guess like what I'm gonna go up against, it's just being able to shut off both rollouts and Mastermind too. Not for nothing. I know Mastermind's not super prevalent, but being able to shut that off is great. And she also, if you're facing an assassin or a spy and she KOs them, you get an extra 10 points. It's not a lot, but it's something.
But is it something?
It's something. Definitely something you can do.
There we go. Now we're on brand.
Nothing else to really add to her. She brings Wonder Woman ally, and I forget she gets Superman too.
Yep. So the other thing I think too is she'll dip off after Worlds with the loss of the bikes. I think, or it'll be change in play style. It won't be where she's
Oh,
trying
you
to
put
run up.
Animal Man on her now.
Oh, jeez, yeah, I completely forgot about that. Animal Man
Because
is
if you can choose Animal Man at the beginning of your first turn, and then turn
Yep.
2 you just change the senses, and so now she'll
Yep.
be a 4th and 6th senses.
Realistically,
That's
though,
actually-
aren't you just putting Animal Man on Kong though? If you're trying to deploy Kong, I guess because we're
Well,
losing.
no, Kong's
Oh yeah,
I
Kong
get-
is gone. So what are you
Yeah,
really
Kong-
trying to deploy with her at this point? It was Captain America and Kong.
we still have Cap.
Peg Cap's still
Peg
real
Cap?
good. I mean,
Peg Cap's gonna
I
be
would-
gone.
Yeah, we're not losing him.
Are you
No,
serious?
still- yeah, this-
He only
Yeah.
came out last year.
He's on that death metal
No,
scholarship.
yeah.
he came out.
We're just losing Deadpool the Duck.
Yeah, well, we're catching up with a lot of stuff that got way too much time already.
Yeah.
But Peg Cap is
Hawkeye
in for another
and
year.
Hawkeye and Peg Cap. Yes, and Hawkeye.
Yeah, he was 20. Oh, sorry, he was 2023. But yeah, he's got one more year. He'll be out. He'll have 3 years.
Because he came out 2 worlds ago. So this will be. I guess that's just weird because he came out at Worlds.
Yeah, he came out at Worlds, 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yep.
So this.
And then
so
this will be
that's kind of ridiculous, and I guess that's what these LEs that are coming out will be like too. So because Worlds is 3 years, he'll get 4.
Yeah. They'll get they'll get 3. I think technically, I don't know exactly.
Well, no,
how that's gonna-
because
it's supposed to
so
be 3 Worlds.
but he's not legal, so he comes out at Worlds, so he'll basically be a month shy of 4 years, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's fine.
That's insane.
Miles,
got
I
worse.
actually really like Animal Man, and that makes her like, and then she's 5 points cheaper, which is even better.
Yeah,
No, I'm
exactly.
just saying Animal Man is
Like that's
it's-
actually amazing. Because that was
Yeah,
my
that's-
thought too. Is like, I just don't like that she just trades out like that. But him making her actually have some survivability is so much better.
Yeah, so you're able to pick offensive, and then you go defensive. Like, okay, I got my 4 through 6 senses back.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
that makes her better.
I actually like that better than I actually like that. I like that better than the Hell Cycle, and the fact that it's not rotating. Like then I'm like, okay, because she does a lot for 50 points, so that's pretty cool.
Do you know what she doesn't do? Is get rid of that Kryptonian keyword.
Yeah.
If I played her, I would hope to be hit by a ultraviolet lantern. So-
Well, I heard that if you, Christine, and Ollie win the teams at next year's Rock Cup, that you're going to try and get a legacy card for Diana, and the one change is to remove Kryptonian keyword. We very much look forward to that.
She's not even Kryptonian.
It's because of the story.
Yeah, I'm good on this.
okay.
Yeah, I get it.
All right, Green
All
Man.
right.
Green Man's sneaking up the ranks here. I've liked him for a while. Yeah.
I was waiting for the drop. I was like,
Yeah, this guy's insane, right?
oh yeah, he's bonkers for what he does.
The
for
amount of
30 points.
teams that this guy has made, and then I've just had to cut him at the end is wild. So a lot of times you're just carrying him around to get that +1 range, improved targeting, elevated, which that's probably the number one thing that people forget about. The range frequently, but also just the improved targeting, elevated. They think they're safe, and then they're not. And then once per game, you get to say you don't get to use those stop clicks. And the
Did
kicker.
you also forget about the enhancement too? On top of it,
I mean, we're not done. We're like maybe halfway done here. So the cool thing about Green Man is that you don't have to choose that until you for sure hit, which means that you're guaranteed to, make that count. But then, yes, he also has Outwit and Enhancement, and he's a Herald, so you can add any of those avatar traits on him. And now that we have the Green Lantern rings in, now he can start making constructs in Modern as well. So I probably still like him with the avatars until they rotate, like Khonshu. That's too big.
Post rotation, I actually really like putting the charge the ring on the sideline, because like after you get that once a game, if you're able to like KO something cheap, you can then bring in another Green Lantern Corps that's going to be 55 points or less.
Or yeah, less. I mean,
No, 55 or less.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then be able to use it as an attacker.
I like that.
other question is, would you then, if you kept him, would you go longsword or would you go so post rotation? Would you do that? I think Seth is a better option if you want to do the Herald thing, because then you're giving him mystics and poison. So then at least if you do try to hit him, you're probably gonna take a hit back.
I feel like it's gonna be the ring. right? Give him.
Oh, I guess
Take the
that's all.
He gets a
constructs.
4
Yeah.
through 6 willpower. Then I think you probably
Yeah, that's
want to make
true.
sure that you can pulse wave. I'd rather pulse
He
Yeah,
wave.
still
I
has
think.
barrier. He still has pulse wave. Like Looper bullies me with this piece all the time. So
I was gonna say, don't ever let him hear you say about how many times I've taken him off of a team. That'll be like sacrilege.
Have you guys seen that one team where he's a tent pole at 150?
No,
No, because it doesn't exist. All right, let's go
was gonna
to
say.
let's go to
maybe
Freya.
it's silver. Oh, do we need any explanation for this piece? Freya is like,
So she's on, I think, a list of pieces that are going to catch people off guard, and she's going to see a lot more play than she has leading up to Worlds.
I would, yeah,
that's very
I
fair.
can see that.
I don't disagree with that at all.
Do you want to go, Dan? You like her a lot. Do you want to go into her and everything she does?
Yes, so she is 50 points. She's cosmic energy. So she has 3 starting lines to start off with. One of them is they all start with blades, but the first one's sidestep. Otherwise, it's incap, barrier, and then leadership or support. The second one is force blast, precision strike, super senses, and then either outwit or enhancement. And the last one is charge, and then either the blades or quake, and then invuln and perplex or CCE. So you pick a starting line at the beginning of the game, and then you correspondingly make a marker that has different effects depending on what that marker is. So the first one is Lost Gods, which is +1 attack for anybody within 4 of the marker. The second one is it Ragnarok, I think? And then and that one is +1 defense, and then War of the Realms is friendly characters within 4 have protected, opposing, perplex, and prob within 4 squares of the marker, and those all stack. So the thing is that when she would be KO'd, the first I think 2 times you don't have to. You can give up 15 points or 15 victory points, and then you can turn her to another starting line, and then you generate another marker. The other thing is the first time you generate a marker, it's anywhere. But then the next 2 times, it's always going to be adjacent to her because it specifically says you can generate the first marker anywhere on the map. So she's just really good. She's got marksman, so you can get trick arrows, or she's obviously as guardian, so you can give her the armor for free. Who knows what the future holds as far as getting? She is mystical, so she can also get the ring of telekinesis for free if you want perplex and to be able to move markers around. I'm thinking post rotation when the arrows may not be as prevalent. I still think the arrows will be good because you'll still have nth metal. You just won't have the crazy ones from next phase. And also not for nothing, she can prob, or she's traded prob, and she can also prob 3 times if she's targeting as guardians. And then other characters within her range can't use prob, which is 4 range, and then she's also got 3 bolts. So for 50 points, I mean, like, Freya's just the girl. Like I will play her all the time.
And
Like,
for the
it's not even
first time ever, as Guardians is actually playable.
they're meta. They're not even just playable. They're meta.
Did you mention Destroyer Armor too is free?
Yes.
Yeah, so
I
Ring of
mentioned that,
TK, Destroyer Armor, and Trick Arrows.
I think my favorite part of this whole exchange is just how happy Dan sounded just a second ago.
He's never been able to
It's
talk
all
about
he's
an
got
Asgardian this positively, I don't think.
My man's got his ass guardians as meta. It's a happy
She will
man.
guarantee that we will say politician made a top 32 team at Worlds.
That is accurate because she's a politician as well, baby.
I'd back that up, yeah.
You missed it on your boy Green Man too. He's also a politician.
So, I mean, she's just a lot of things. Like she's uber support. She's don't die, and she can attack. She starts with a 12 on each one of those dials. So I mean, I don't know what's not to like here.
She's great.
I think the sword's a little bit too big. I just don't see her actually wielding it, and so it's interesting that she's using it as a back rest. You know,
Hey, don't you talk about that. That's literally canon in the comic, so don't give me that nonsense.
It's not canon, that's a sword.
You know exactly what I mean.
So the thing to keep in mind playing against her is that you can't prob within her range, and
But-
make sure you're keeping tracks of how many times you reset her, because people often forget that you do score her. when you
Yeah,
flip
but
her.
also your other characters, so friendlies also can't prob. She's if you have friendly characters within her full range, they can't prob either. So she is your only source of prob then. So just be careful about that if you're playing her and she's on your force too.
That's why you use Mogo or Umbrax.
Yeah.
But aren't they drawing from with like so they
Yeah, but they're
wouldn't they
not
still,
within range. They're not within her range though.
if they're drawing from a that makes no sense. But okay.
Add that
Okay,
to the list
so
of things that
think
don't
of it
make
as a plan.
sense.
I mean,
Okay, think of it as a
they
plan.
said they
So
literally
Ivy is
say
attacking.
they pick a character.
Ivy is attacking across the map to Freya, as if she occupied that plant marker. They can prob her attack because, if she had prob, she could prob it because she's not in her range, even though she's attacking from the square adjacent to her.
Oh well, that's different. I'm thinking. Well, how does Mogo when Mogo attacks? He does so. Is he occupied the chosen square?
Same exact wording as the plants.
Okay. Well, whatever. It's whatever. It's fine. It's already a piece that I can't even interact with anyway for 40 points. So whatever.
He's fine.
Yeah, they're annoying.
So how does she interact with Butterfly? Because I know we brought this up a couple times, but I'm still seeing her as an option for Butterfly call-ins.
No, she does not. She will just go back out and Butterfly will come in. Hers is not. Hers is optional. Butterfly's is not. Butterfly has to come out first.
And what if Collector
Yeah,
collects
that's
her?
how it should work. But it's so
you
weird that we're
can-
getting conflicting. But this is another thing that needs to be officially addressed because it absolutely shouldn't. She shouldn't be able to.
No.
But yeah.
Well, she can't. According to the rules and the win, she can't.
Yeah.
So Collector's thing states that for his where is it? Where's the thing? So power make an attack instead of normal damage. Choose a hit character. If that character is has at least one collection token for 30 points, KO them instead of removing them from the game. So when she would be KO'd, she can just turn her dial and not be collected.
So she can.
Yeah, she still have the collector tokens.
She is one of the people that can kind of deny the collector from getting her.
Yep.
And
she can do it twice.
Only
So
other
that's
thing
pretty
to add, I think, is the Heimdall sight with her. One game or one turn, giving her an 8 range prob that also turns the prob off of everybody else. And if you're playing as Guardians, being able to do that 3 times is huge.
Yes.
Yep.
And anything else you guys want to add to her? All right.
I will play her probably in perpetuity until she rotates.
Yeah, she's awesome. Anything about there's a couple of Lantern Legacy pieces on here. So Alan Scott, I think, is one of the top pieces from Lantern Legacy that you're going to see. Big thing is everyone's playing him at 100, right?
Yeah.
And you have to physically be adjacent to him to target him.
But you can still pulse wave him if you're adjacent to him.
You can, yes. So you have to be adjacent to him.
I am looking forward to having the groundhog joke from the old Animals Can Talk video of Alan, Steve. So both Alan Scotts and Steve Rogers. I'm looking forward to building that team. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I'm not. I'd rather see your Diana build in silver.
Well, no, I'm gonna be building the team with the paparazzis to beat Diana
with Tony Stark's car.
Yeah.
I have a hot take.
Let's hear it, Pete. I can't wait.
I don't think this is this guy's year. Kong just causes him huge amounts of problems.
And so
I think maybe after he rotates, yeah. You can get adjacent. You can absolutely hit that. You can hit a 20.
Yeah.
And
Kong
then
doesn't-
he's not quite as fearsome.
I was gonna say, yeah, he drops off pretty fast. Now he's just suddenly a 17 impervious, and then he might just be dead.
Yeah, offensively, I don't think he's doing enough. So you can.
I don't
him.
think this is his year yet. I think after rotation, you'll start to see this guy pick up.
Yeah, but he's 048, and we know that number. I mean, 048 and 018 are the two numbers of the two greatest characters. Because Wheels of Vengeance, I think set the bar for those two numbers because we had Ghost Rider 048 and we had Simon Gruth at 018. So it's a real hard bar to beat.
All right, we talked about the Planet Mogo and the Prime Sinestro. I personally think the Prime Sinestro is only going to be played until Worlds, and then he's going to disappear for a long time. And only at 100 points. I do think that there is a build out there with Captain America and him at 50 points, but I don't like it.
If I can, I know we've gone through a lot of pieces. I think there's 3 pieces of steel that deserve mentioning. I think Hidari Yao Destroyer Armor is huge. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Yep,
I think this
she's
is
next.
a good chance that she's going to be at Worlds with that piece of equipment, because that's what she needed to be, was giant.
So the 2 big things you got to look out for her, what is the Destroyer Armor? And if you see a team with Hidari Yao and Colossus, where do you guys stand on who gets the Destroyer Armor?
Hidari.
Yep, okay,
You
agreed.
put the glider on Colossus.
She needs it more for the so she can survive than Colossus does. Like Colossus can easily just get the glider or something else and be fine.
Well, he can, then she's attacking almost every turn too. So, and she can't get knocked back. Yeah, she gets way more weaknesses covered than he gains from having it.
And what's interesting too with her with the Destroyer Armor is people aren't playing her at 60, but it's not a terrible option to play her at 75.
Yeah,
she's
but
still a great attacker because you still get that special damage power for 2 clicks.
Yeah. Pegasus Cap, anything to really worry about him? He's been around for 2 years, we just said, and he's got
67 years.
2 more apparently.
I mean, the goats. I mean, obviously, like Asgard is pretty meta now. Like the goats being able to deploy him is huge, right? So
yeah, he's got plenty of enablers. And what does he get for free here? He gets Longsword for free and Mjolnir for free. So he's
and Destroyer Armor.
Now does he see a huge uptick because of Kong? Finally.
I mean, I feel like he was already kind of on the cusp anyway, so probably, honestly.
I've thought that many times, and he just doesn't show up.
I don't think he sees an uptick because he's going to be in the same mark as what the sacrificial pieces, because like you get 1 turn out of him.
Yeah, he trades points. Yep.
Yeah, but he's only 40 points.
I know. Yeah, but people don't like that. They don't like playing like that.
Yeah, his biggest thing too also is that he's only hitting 1 piece. Yes, you don't get defense powers, and that's huge. But I think it's because he's only making the 1 attack that turn. That's kind of a big deal. But he does offer a lot too. He's also your leadership, and if you are playing Asgardian or Avengers, everybody just has ESD, including himself. Which is, I know we're not in a range meta right now, but range is still a thing considering Hidari. So at least her having to hit a 12 on a 20 is a little more reasonable. So,
and it's actually why I like him with the Destroyer Armor, because he's able to, I think, survive more. Because you get rid of that 1 click of invulnerability, he goes down, and with that Destroyer Armor now, he'll be at 20 defense to even hit to begin with.
It's an option.
Yeah, I like Mjolnir too, but yeah, I don't hate the armor either. I know if I'm using it, I usually use the armor on the goat so I can make sure I can carry both him and the horse. So, but yeah, I don't hate that option either.
Dr. Doom, we've talked about him before. Trick arrows or universal weapon, because he's able to target through his Doom bots across the map.
Also, shout out to Serpent Crown. I think that's a sleeper pick too.
That's not bad.
I'm going Trick Arrows though with him.
I agree. Trick arrows probably is the best play. Reverse flash, just a good offensive piece. I don't see him on the sideline that much. Do you ever see him really get called in? I don't remember the last time somebody chose to bring him in when he was on the sideline.
I saw him at RCCO, and every time that person called him in, he got murdered.
Yeah, I don't see it that
this
much.
This is a perfect example of main force. You play main force only. He's a liability on the sideline. Pete learned that at Worlds during Team Sealed when he played Dark Side.
You called him in, and he almost died.
And then frequently with...
Yeah, no, he did die. I mean, that was the only game where like I was really in super danger of losing, is I just didn't want to call him in because he just gives up points.
Frequently with the Bucky's arm, 13 for 4.
Yeah. He's armor, the longsword.
Yeah, I was gonna say the longsword too.
What's another big one? So I think I'm only seeing a few more that's worth touching on. So butterfly, where do you guys think the meta is for butterfly? Too much investment in sideline?
Yeah. Even with that though, because we've seen it with there's so many sideline options, and yet we've seen figures like Spirit of Vengeance that take up 2/3 of your sideline, and he still is a menace. And I think the same thing can be said with Butterfly. I think with having John Stewart Prime as an option, I think really, really changes the game up for him. And I think there is a world where you have a Butterfly and a Prime call in.
I think that becomes number one, honestly.
You just have to make sure to be themed, because if you're going against a Chair Panther and you go second, they take away Stewart. So you want the best chance to go first as possible.
Yeah.
I think you see Butterfly with Mern and Death Metal. It's big event stuff. I think it's absolutely going to see an uptick in play.
Three. So I think I got 3 more pieces here. So let's do Prime Lobo. I think we already started talking about him, but the potential insanity with this piece, if somebody puts the time into building it, I think this is going to be a top team. I could easily see this making top 8 at Worlds.
Yeah, he needs Animal Man. Like, unquestionably, he needs Animal Man.
Because he would not lose it when he goes to his card.
Correct.
It's just stacking team players in as many team abilities as you want. I mean, really quick, you can get Skrull, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man. So now you're getting, and then what is that going to be? 3 through 6 senses and a 4 through 6 shape change.
Yep.
If you've got both of those powers already, right?
Which, I mean, is easy to get, right? With most of the stuff that you're putting team player on, I think has those things, or you have the phone booth to get the shape change. I feel like most pieces that
you also have the chameleon suit to give the figure.
So you also, you can pick any player to also get it, right? With that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mystics is super easy to get. So Cosmic Energy.
Mystics is 5 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Avengers and JLA.
Yep. So that's very easy to stack this on. Noting.
If you don't have JLA and Avengers and you're playing Lobo, but your opponent does, you do get to choose a figure or the team ability or what keyword.
Yeah, because it was stated that stuff is always active.
Yep.
So I think that Lobo makes a top 8 team for sure.
Yep.
Only other 2 here. So the Spot, obviously still good. I think it's just a little slower now, but he's still crazy good.
I love that Animal Man just made this just as easy. I was like, oh, we're listening to the cycle, so he won't be as... Oh, no, just Animal Man.
Yep. He's around to stay. Biggest thing he's really doing now, though, is the Hell Cycle on Sidestep.
Yeah.
And then he's moving across the map. You outwit him, then you sidestep away, and then you flurry. And apparently you can just do all that stuff after the game, too. So that's a cool little thing with Spot.
Huh.
Well, I mean, that's just how, I understand, like, you felt bad for him. I get it. Yeah.
Seems about right.
Last big piece I think is worth talking about, obviously, is the Collector. So what are the biggest things that you see with the Collector? High defense with the Destroyer armor, I know, is a big thing. But people are very torn on making him a giant.
I say don't make him a giant. That's a liability.
That's why I'd go the glider or the motorcycle route, the 5-point Captain America shield. And then you have your option of the third, whether you want it to be universal weapon, trick arrows, stripper crown, doesn't matter.
I actually like motorcycle with the flute, and then trick arrows or universal weapon instead. So that's because I like charge +2 speed senses. So I think that's better. But
I think it's cool to have again, I'm not sure this is the best version, but I do like the flute to give him the team player and a Chitari Pog and the Dream, whatever it is, Ruby.
Dream Ruby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 4 through 6 shape
and then
change.
Prime Ham.
What's that?
Yeah, Prime Ham. Prime Ham.
What?
with dumpster, with collector.
Oh, with the
It's
collector.
disgusting.
Sure, yeah.
Oh yeah,
On
that's
that
definitely
team.
that's just dumb.
And what are the best ways to counter him then? Battle Fury, so Zenzi I think is a top pick still. If you can get her on the team, Dan mentioned this at the beginning of the podcast. Shape change is almost becoming more prominent than super senses. So Zenzi I think is still a great play. Hadari's sneaking up. You can always give Hadari Battle Fury, and all of a sudden she can't make range attacks anymore.
Yep.
And
Is there any other characters that can actually that are prominent that have Battle Fury right now? I mean, Kong. Okay, obviously, like I'm trying
Kong
to
and
exclude
Colossus,
Kong.
right? Yeah, two of the top
yeah.
pieces.
Sorry, I'm trying to exclude. I'm trying to exclude those two specifically. Is there was there any other options, or those?
Are there
just
any
your
two?
options?
Are there two other ones? Is there any riders that Spirit of Vengeance typically has with Battle Fury? I don't think so.
You can pick Wolverine, and then he has Battle
Yeah,
Fury.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Wolverine.
Yeah, so there's a chance there too. So the top three pieces all have it pretty much.
Yeah, but no, I mean he's just that's why I think Senses is the better choice on him because Precision Strike isn't as prevalent, so you have the 50-50 on your Senses versus Shape Change. So
Green Man obviously with the getting rid of the stop clicks. Otherwise, Blue Beetle can turn stuff off. Mind Gem and Nth Metal.
Yep.
And I think that's the biggest thing.
But not for nothing. I mean, he's just hard to get through, even with the stop. Like, even if you were able to turn them off, like he's still hard to get through. He's not nothing.
He's one of the best pieces in Modern. I'm surprised he's this far down, to be honest.
Yeah, I need more characters like this because then he's not the only choice for something like this. That's my only.
Well, I think that he's probably gonna be the most played tentpole at Worlds because everyone wants a sticker.
100%. I actually really like him with the glider, with the Captain America shield and the broadsword.
Yeah, that's
or
good
the Green Lantern sword.
That's
Just
the broadsword,
because
yeah.
then you're natively 22, and sure there are ways to get around that. There's Murn, there's other stuff too, but that just doesn't feel good to have to line that attack up.
Yeah. All right. Any other pieces that you guys wanted to touch to be ready for with Modern?
Black Lanterns.
What do you want to say about them?
Black Lanterns. This is their time to shine with Lantern Legacy. Definitely coming out. I mean, they finally have a leadership piece that is worth something. With actually multiple figures because you have Hal Jordan has it, the uncommon for 50, or you can do the 70-point Black Hand. I think they also have one of the best attackers now, the uncommon Spectre Black Lantern. I think that for 50 points, healing them up to 100 points, it's just insane. The Black Lantern ring now lets them heal twice. Heal 2 clicks to negate the
Bloodstone.
The Bloodstone.
That's
huge. Yeah.
So we didn't talk about this actually. Main Force Beetlejuice at Worlds.
I don't think it'll win.
No, it's not going to win. But how many people?
People do it.
People will do it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be annoying, but I don't think it'll win.
Yeah. I mean, if you're looking to not really have fun because you want to try and limit your opponent for some reason, I mean, I guess you can do it. It's something you can do. I just think that it's not going to really be worth it. Some are going to get the matchups and be able to get to top 64, top 32, but I mean, the outliers are just it's just not going to happen. And I think you're better off to just serve yourself and actually just try and play the game instead of trying to like nerf your opponent because it's something that people build around and just you're not going to catch everyone off guard like you think.
If you can go through a Beetlejuice free day, I think Black Lanterns can have a huge run at Worlds.
Well, even without it, because that's what I'm saying. With Spectre, it's a power. He can now generate a grave marker. You have the Scar team up card. At the beginning of the game, you just create 3.
And doesn't what's his name also make for free?
Eating away your 300 points though is so much. Black Hand is good, but you're already spending 75 points on Black Hand. 40
But
on
he's
Necro.
No, we're not
totally
playing
worth
Black
it.
Hand. Yeah, no,
He's
that's why
totally worth it, right? For 75 though.
he's 70. But no, that's why I think that Kyle Rayner, I think Kyle, or not Kyle Rayner, but Hal Jordan, the Black Lantern Hal Jordan, I think is really good.
No,
Yeah,
no.
I like him for leadership.
This is going to be their biggest chance until Silver next year.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm waiting for. I'm excited to play him in Silver. We're just a couple months away from
Yeah,
that.
Silver, there's going to be insane.
Silver, they're going to be a top team. They're up there with Assassins.
And they'll be fun to play because they're fun to play.
And they haven't been good enough to get tired of playing them. So I am ready. All right, it's that time again. You've got questions. We've got answers.
Your ass better call somebody!
First, we have some guy named Joseph Coleman Harrison. Hey guys, sorry for the lack of participation lately. I know you missed my weekly novels up here for each of the hosts. If you win Worlds, what is the figure you would design? Along with the specific comic or storyline that character would come from, or any creative traits for that figure that you don't think they have accurately captured for said character up to this point in the game. For me, I think Silver Surfer has never really gotten the definitive dial that accurately represents the character. A hero that wears several hats for whatever situation he's in, not just the standard hypersonic speed shoot and runaway piece, but maybe who would be an all-around support secondary attacker battery for whatever team he's on, especially for Fantastic Four pieces. Maybe a crazy revive mechanic as long as he's on the board. Whenever a character that shares a named keyword would be KO'd, roll a d6, 4 through 6, instead put them on their last non-KO click, or a defensive mechanic similar to the Empire Soldier Supreme's rollout. I don't know, something more than just the typical run and gun Norrin Rad. Honorable mention would be either Doom, Basic I Know, or Gore the God Butcher from my favorite Thor storyline. That dude is insanely OP in the comics, and both versions of his clicks have been underwhelmingly, considering he was ragdolling the entire Marvel universe by himself. So I think the Silver Surfer that they just put out in the Herald set is kind of close to what he's looking for. It's still kind of a run and gun, but he does have that support piece. I really like him, actually. It's probably my favorite Surfer.
If they had Invincible, I would be all over them.
Yeah, that's what they're missing.
He's like the biggest thing is they have that invuln instead. Yeah, that would have been great.
Yeah, for their points, I would have loved that.
I think for the Heralds, they totally deserve it too. Like they're strong enough that they should just have that.
Oh, for sure. I would pick one thing I think would be really cool is Gambit. Obviously, I think everybody knows, huge fan of the 90s animated series. That's what really got me into comics and X-Men and all that. And instantly I liked Gambit. So I would like to see an actual Gambit that's kind of more like a switch dial, similar to PS4 Spidey, right? Where he can turn into one style or another. So one of them has more like close combat and stealthy side, and then another one has more of like a range, heavy attacking side. I think that would be like my perfect Gambit.
So this is hard. So like, people say, "Oh, it's gonna be Aquaman," but when you're designing a champion figure, I think that you want to try and bring figures that have rarely been seen or have never been seen. I think is the best way to really put your stamp on the game. And I honestly would go with Marina from Alpha Flight. We've only had one figure of hers, and it still wasn't great. And it similar to the Spider-Man, I think, with the switch dials, because she is just someone that was able to control water, and do everything. But it turned out that her alien physiology of the Plodex essentially made her into just a rage monster. And so you would maybe have it like maybe a Wally West dial where when they would take damage or whatever, you turn into a click that would be just like charge flurry with blades, something to do with water. Cause like she's able to bring water just like from the coast, like hundreds of miles inland. So, obviously we're gonna get another dolphin. You know how I love me some dolphins, but yeah, Marina is just a character that is underused in the Marvel universe and, as well as in cliX. She's just a great all-around character that John Byrne created, and just the other creators after he left Alpha Flight just didn't know what to do with her. Walt Simonson killing her was the one thing that I don't like Walt about. And during that Avengers run, it just made no sense after he had her marry Namor.
So Miles, what is your obsession with water?
What's my obsession with water?
Yes.
I don't know. I really wish I could. So I was born and raised on the coast. Like I lived like less than a quarter mile from the beach, and just yeah. So I don't know. I've always loved water.
As a young Miles, would you sit on the beach and just wonder what it would be like to control the ocean, talk to the fish?
Yeah. Yeah, and then when I go in the swimming pools, I'd go underwater and pretend like I could breathe underwater. You know how cool that would be. Absolutely.
He does that. He does that now. That's not a young
I
Miles
do.
thing.
Absolutely. I go to my mom's house in a nice pool, and I'll go underwater and see how long I can hold my breath.
Stab
Just
people
over
with a
4
trident?
minutes. Yeah, I try. Yeah, the plastic trident that I did buy for King Aquamiles, it did break. Apparently, you can't recreate the moves from Injustice 2 without it breaking, sadly. Yeah.
Dan, what would you pick?
I agree with Miles. I think it should be something that's not made very often, or very few times it's been made. So I guess if I had my choice, it'd probably be like Agent Venom or Agent Anti-Venom. Probably Anti-Venom, honestly, because that's his current, what he is currently in comics. But I mean, they really haven't made Flash that often in general, or he's like a more less made character. So, and he kind of occupies both areas where he can be, he's a good punchy character, or he just has a crazy heal mechanic. So, he'd be neat to be able to make. So,
I'm always down for more Venoms. Pete, what's your answer?
I would go with the backbone of the Justice League. I would go with John Johns, the Manhunter from Mars. That's what I would do. I know we've gotten him, and I think we've gotten a couple of really good attempts at him, but I don't think you have the definitive power and capability of him as a leader and him trying to unite people more than divide them. I mean, you're talking a telepath that's actually able to touch essentially every mind on the planet at the same time. His shape-shifting things, all of his powers play really well in HeroClix. So I would like just a phenomenal Martian Manhunter.
Man, I thought
he's Superman that can mind control people. So he's Superman, but better.
I mean, that's a very long list of people.
Yeah, I understand that, but that's just because what planet's better than Krypton?
Everyone.
Mars. I was gonna say Uranus.
Yeah, that's my favorite planet.
So I feel like they did the Justice Lord ones. To me, was almost as far as a level of shape shifting type of thing that he could do. I was like, well, it was super close, but I get where you're coming from.
So there was a run. If you go back and read a JLA, and I don't remember the writer, it'll come to me, where essentially he finally was able to get over his fear of fire, and it ended up explaining the white Martians and the green Martians and all that stuff, and it was just a really well done story. And dude, John without any limitations is bonkers.
Oh, yeah. Stranger, right?
Yeah, I don't remember who it was. I'd have to go look, but it was great.
That's the writer that I always go back to when it comes to him. So because that's he got his voice.
Wait, so I thought that was an innate thing with the Martians, was they feared fire, so he was able to actually push past that. That's interesting.
Yeah, but it ended up causing essentially. There's another race that came before the white Martians and green Martians, because the what are those guys? The little Green Lantern dudes, the blue guys.
Oh,
why can I not think of them?
Great
the
Gazoo.
Guardians were messing with
Great
people.
Gazoo.
The Great Gazoo. The Great Gazoo would be a great character too, actually. I'd be really happy with that.
I actually would not have been even on my top 5 for you, Pete, so that one surprised me.
Really? Oh no, I love John. He's an underrated comic character, and he's one of those that people have a hard time writing him, so they either deal with him in the first 5 panels of something, or he shows up later and you're like, oh yeah, that's that guy. That's that dude you don't want to face in combat. So
that's the dude you don't want to fight.
Ready to see you guys at Worlds in a few weeks. It'll be a fun one. Hope to see one of you at the final table. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you too, Joe. You're one of my favorite people to see at these events. Ben,
you may see me at the final table, but I will just be judging and watching.
Yeah, Dan will be at the final table for sure. You should have said you'd be judging. Just say, yeah, I'll be at the final table. Guaranteed.
Joe, if you see me at the final table, it'll be because I sat in the wrong spot. So
Then we have Ben Groenhide. I recently got called on 20.7a effects tied to standard powers in a match that felt like it is a commonly overlooked rule despite there being so much equipment in the game right now. What rule do you think is commonly missed by players? Man, the two that came to my mind really quick was the size differences and also plasticity, just the breakaway things. People still quote the like the +1s a lot too and try to do the math.
Well, it was because that's how it was for so long
Yeah.
until they changed it. Like that's so I get that. I think the other one is the like how many times people want to combo multiple instances of instead of normal damage effects,
Yeah,
or
that's a
like
big
are
one.
trying to skip from one to the other, and I have to go that doesn't work that way. So
Even just trying to do anything with well, there was a time where what was it? If it said when this person uses it versus when this person uses whatever power, and that would be a way to get around it. So they changed that a while back too, where now it doesn't matter if the power is referencing the power, then you just can't use it. It has to be worded like like the rings, or what's something else?
Yeah, if they can already use it.
Yeah. What's something else like that though?
If there's double slash marks after the power when this character uses.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, then you're good.
What about the mind control, where if you try to move first and you fail your breakaway roll, then the mind control just ends and you can't make an attack? That's something that comes up on a lot of events that we go to still too.
Yeah,
Oh, definitely.
People don't like that at all, and it's I have to constantly remind people of that.
But you don't like it?
No, I have to constantly remind people that's how it works. They go, no, it says move and or attack, so I couldn't move, so now I'm gonna attack. I'm like, no, you fail your move, you the action ends.
Yeah, I just try to tell them think of it similar to running shot or charge. If you fail your breakaway, you're not doing anything.
Well, the biggest thing is it's worded like how Miles said. The thing is that it's what in the comp where it says if you fail a breakaway roll, whatever it is, the action's over.
Yes.
Yeah. Pete, what are some frequent mistakes that you make that people have to remind you can't do?
I've actively chosen not to learn the rules of this game despite playing it for this long, so I can't really think of anything off the top of my head.
That's quite the Peteism right there. I love it.
Mm-hmm. As long as there's a running shot and a pulse wave or a pulse wave, I can figure it out. I'll work my way around it.
Going back to the one that I mentioned, though, with the plasticity and the size differences. So if it's 2 sizes bigger, you automatically break away. But if you are 1 size bigger, then you only get a +1 to your breakaway roll. People still think they get -1 if they are the size smaller trying to break away. But if you are, let's say you are a standard character and you are next to a giant character and you have plasticity, you will still lock down that piece that's a giant, even though it's a size bigger, and they have to roll a 6.
Yes.
All right. Did you guys have any other commonly forgotten rules?
No.
I do think this is one of the things I like doing on like after our big events though, is for stuff like this, doing that rules questions and things that have come up, because it's a complicated game and it's good to get those things out there because nobody knows everything.
No, it's hard. I mean, it's hard to know everything because the biggest thing is that it's always not.
It is what it is until HeroClix says it isn't. Because
Yeah,
there's always an exception.
There's always that, yeah. They always build an exception to the rule. Yep.
And you learn it one way and you automatically go back to what that was. And in the middle of a competition, it's not. Sometimes if you're playing people that have played for a long time, it's not an intentional thing. That's just how you remember it. So you got to have a pack around or have a judge available.
Well, sometimes that's like a thing that works against you, right? The longer that you've played, the more rules that you've gone through and things that you might be remembering an older version.
That is a problem. Yeah, I don't like when that happens.
I remember when we started playing, that was actually a benefit for us because we were just learning the current rules. But now that we've gone through some rules changes and whatnot, I feel what people felt back then, you know?
Even starting when I started in 2017, like after they did that first like rules revamp and then getting to now, and there's still a ton of stuff that's changed, and You know, like even old muscle memory is still just like, oh, that doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what though? Sidestep is 2.
Except
Until
when
it's
it's
not.
3.
Yeah,
Yes.
All right, let's go to Mark Bird. I know you all love to Bob Barker each other. So, what percentage of builds in top 16 of Modern Worlds do you think will have pieces from Lantern Legacy on main force? This might actually be a fun thing to break down a little bit more individually in like maybe the last episode before Worlds. But if we're just talking about like an element from that set, I would say 85% of things. If we're saying like anything, it means a ring, a one-shot character, whatever. I could safely say 85%.
He asked for main force.
He
so
said
that's-
main force, so that's going to count. The sideline Animal Man's not going to count.
So I'd say 50% if it's
I'm
main
a little
force.
bit above that. I think with the ring and everything, like 75. Let's go with 75.
So what is that? Okay, so yeah, so we're not counting one-shots then in Animal Man?
No,
Okay,
Unless you're talking Animal Man main force.
which I doubt.
no.
If it was counting Animal Man and sideline, it'd be 100%.
Oh well, yeah, but that's different. We're talking main force.
Yeah.
All right, so main force then. I'll still go with 85%. We're still talking rings and enough other stuff. On top 16?
Miles went 50. Dan went how much?
50.
50.
I thought
I went
Miles said
75.
75, yeah. Pete going last again, splitting the
Man, you
difference.
You guys really didn't leave me a good way to Bob Barker anybody
And I like that.
here. Bastards.
Go 25%.
I'll go
25%.
$1.
$1.
No, I would say 60, 65. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
So you just split the difference between me and Miles. Yeah.
I was gonna go 51, but
I think
65.
there's too many people
Final
that are
answer.
going to be able to at least throw a ring on or that have some little element. There's a lot of little stuff too in this set that's just good.
I just want to stick my hand in somebody's pocket and pull out $100 bill.
All right. One thing I find that's always constantly enjoyable on the show is when you all get caught on a bit and everyone gets laughing and expanding the bit with each of you contributing it that much further. No question in this. Some positive feedback on sharing the joy you guys have regularly. That's probably one of my favorite things too, Mark. Thanks.
What do you mean, like
Gower
14 with
Man and
Avengers?
Bucky's Arm was the most recent one.
Oh, well, I thought it was 14 with Avengers.
14 with Avengers
No,
is pretty good.
Yeah, it's funny when you start to get the other guys are kind of egging you on and everybody catches on at once. And what's funny, Mark, is we talk about a lot of this stuff afterwards, like when we play on Mondays or at the monthly. When we really started cracking each other up is probably some of the most fun stuff.
Oh, I love when Miles will be on stream and then I'll hear something about him saying something on stream and I have to respond. And I'm just like when Miles keeps trying to curse me and I have to like be like,
Yeah, so now,
Miles.
remember when you rolled those, was it two
Two
ones
ones.
and 3 2s? And I was like, it's time to retire that dice cap.
No, it didn't matter because it took Pete 9 hours to collect Captain Marvel. That was totally a win.
If you had two figures that were essential to a team you were building, what 3 standard powers would be must-have on a main attacker, and what 3 standard powers would be must-have on your support pieces? That's probably pretty easy. I would say depending on if it's like closer ranged, obviously. So either charge or running shot, precision strike, and then either closer range combat expert based on their speed power. That would be my main attacker. And then support would be Prob, Outwit, and TK would be my top 3 pieces on a support piece. Miles, what would you say?
Yes. Yeah. So, it needs to have a movement attack, be it hypersonic speed, running shot, or charge.
Or charge, yep.
Yeah. RCE and CCE aren't as necessary, but you definitely need a reducer, preferably to be able to reduce penetrating or have a high defense. Is going to be for my main attacker. And then if you have for support, yep. Barrier used to be there, not so much now, but definitely TK, Prob, and Perplex potentially there. Leadership is, I think, probably more important than that.
On your support piece?
On my support piece, yeah, like Phoenix Pog, TK, Barrier, Leadership.
I guess that's a good answer. I don't know if I consider leadership a support piece, though, because it's I don't know.
Well, where do you have it on your teams usually? It's not
So
on your main
Predator,
attacker.
is
Right?
Predator is a support piece, right?
Yeah, that's fair. I'm trying to think of
As a
where a
perfect
lot of
example,
times there's plenty of
TK
attackers with it though.
Yeah, TK, prob, and leadership. Like that's the main dial that people play Predator on.
It probably is more of a support piece power, isn't it?
I mean, it depends because honestly, when I look to leadership, I honestly try to get figures that have it just traded, so that way I never have to worry about losing it.
Are those
That's
pieces usually support pieces though, or attacking pieces?
No, they're my It usually is my first or secondary attacker, but that's
Yeah, and I usually have that with my attackers too. But yeah, I also like to have like a support piece with those powers.
Well,
And
now
that's
you
why
just have
Predator's
me.
funny.
Now you just have me thinking. Is it more of a? Is it both then?
I feel like it's both. Honestly, having more than one leader is probably good because if you lose one, you might have the other one still, which is good because then you're not losing out on your fourth action.
Yeah. Dan, what would you say?
Attacker is at least like Miles said, some kind of move and attack. If you can have some way to attack more than once, that's awesome. But that's not really equated to a power besides flurry. But I like my range attacker. I want to have some form of if you can make more than one attack in a turn. Um, Shape change and usually some kind of reducer. Just as reducers are good. So those are probably my three. And then support piece is probably TK prob support. Honestly, if I'm talking support powers.
I think all those
Ooh.
surprised me. I was expecting shape change, super senses, and impervious that reduces penetrating damage on both support and attacker.
Wait, when do I play that?
I don't know.
That's new. I didn't know I got all of that on both a support and an attack.
You
That's
found
pretty
ways.
good.
You found ways.
Motorcycles.
Yeah.
Yeah, you played motorcycle. Yeah,
Pete, what are your choices?
Well, I'm not going to surprise anybody. It's running shot. It's pulse wave. It's invincible. Give that to me on an attacker, and Pete's pretty happy. And if I can do more than one damage with pulse wave, oh, super happy about it. And then on my support pieces, Dan, that's why I said I'm with him 100%. TK, prob, and support. I think support is huge now.
Support is massive. It's so good to just be like, oh, you did 3 damage last turn? I'm just going to heal that off. We're fine.
I mean, I would tell you that the Indigo Tribring makes almost every one of my builds somewhere.
Yeah,
I wish they had a better equivalent on the Marvel side because they don't have a support equipment on the Marvel side.
And it's crazy. It's crazy to say that you don't need Outwit or Perplex. I would rank Perplex above Outwit still, just because there's ways around Outwit. But yeah,
we got Tower Red on Marvel side.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking equipment specifically. Sorry. Yes, we do have Tower.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever had a support equipment.
We did. It was the healing casket, but if you rolled a 1, you just auto KO'd it. So it's like, it's just not as good.
Good. Another thing that I can roll a 1 on.
I have one if you want to use it.
I probably have one.
If you have all of the Mighty Force stuff, which I feel like you do,
yeah,
you probably have one.
All right. The fourth question is Zave wants to know if he could earn a sticker if he played Collector at either a state or nationals upcoming in the coming months here in Australia. I'd say as long as he agrees to never play Main Force Beetlejuice ever again. Miles, what do you think about that? Would that earn him a sticker?
Potentially, but I mean, yeah. You have to. I have to have it in writing, in blood.
Yes,
to get the sticker.
We need a video too.
Yeah,
it needs to be. I'm not going to go any further on this one. All right, next one. Zave also asks if he would be forgiven by Redman if he played Keaton sideline instead of Main Force. Zave, that is the only way, and it's only because it's a necessary evil. One day, he won't be Modern Legal or Silver Legal, and that day we will celebrate.
I was going to say, I don't think it's a necessary evil, but sure. Yeah.
No.
The day we will celebrate. Zave, son of Mork, you can have your sticker if you play Collector, sir.
We've been getting killer 80s and 90s nostalgia coming through the Iconics line, with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers being the latest to join the list of announcements. Which Power Ranger color would each of you be? Please choose uniquely to each other. Green. No, you guys can't pick green.
That's fine. So I would pick the color of boy because, fun fact, Trini was actually the Yellow Ranger, and the original Yellow Ranger from Zoo Ranger was actually a boy, and his name was Boy. So that was Sabretooth. That was, yeah. I love Zoo Ranger. I actually have that subtitled and everything. So, yeah, we're going Yellow Ranger.
Dan, pick your color.
I don't have a good answer to this question, honestly.
Well, I do, but you go first.
I'm pretty simple. It would probably be the Blue Ranger, honestly.
Dan, serious question here. So I was in like 4th or 5th grade, I think, when this show came out. So I really only know the 1st and 2nd season, maybe if that. So I like the the Green Ranger storyline, right? I thought that was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that's why I went green. But what do you have any connection with any actual, like, I don't know, what are there, like 20 different versions?
Yeah,
There's more than
the 20
that,
different versions
Dino
of
Thunder and everything. Is there any Power Rangers show that like
your
you
line,
had
right?
personally?
Yeah, like this is your one that you actually watched. Like, what is there? There's Zeo, right? Or Neo Zeo?
I think I watched 2 episodes of Wild Force, I think. Maybe 3 when I was a kid. So the Blue Ranger was the shark, which I thought was cool. So that was probably why.
Okay. I'm trying to think of how many I even remember, because there was
There's way too many. It's like, good God.
I'm looking at it right now. So there's 30 seasons.
The only
Dino Fury was 2 seasons. So there's like 26 or 27 different.
Oh, I thought it was
Power
like Dino
Rangers.
Storm. I would, out of the 2 that I remembered that wasn't the original one, I was wrong on even what the name was. There was like a Neo or a
There's
Zeo.
Ninja
It's
Storm
Neo, right?
and Dino Thunder.
Oh, so
There's a Neo one.
So I'm putting 2 of them together. Okay.
Power Rangers Zeo.
Oh,
there's Power
Zeo.
Rangers
Okay,
Zeo.
Zeo. Yeah, I only have I would be fine if they just made the first one, the first line. But realistically, I think that set is, if they could make a set like Masters of Time or Avengers Infinity, I think that's where this property would shine. Because realistically, you could have a smaller version of each of the bigger villains, and then also still have like your Megazords and your Dragon Zords and all that, and the Zords. There's way too many big pieces to make.
Oh, there's an immense amount, but that's why you want to like lessen it a little bit for first. But this is potentially like you can do so much things with this. But the Zoo Ranger, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, is definitely the most iconic because I mean they're dinosaurs and all kids love dinosaurs. You like the Dragon Zord, and I'm gonna guess Jason is for Pete.
No. I'll take the Green Evil Ranger and I'll kick his ass out of here when he came back as the White Ranger. Ka-chow! The White Tiger, baby. Billy's return. His hero arc. That's me.
All right.
I like that he also appeared way later in like the Dino season again as the Black Ranger, I think. If I'm not mistaken.
He was in quite a few series. They brought him back for quite a lot. Yeah,
that's just the one I know of when he reappeared. I was like, oh, okay.
So what's really funny is this is one of those properties where like you start to get like the age gaps and stuff, because I barely remember Power Rangers. It came out at a time when I was starting to like kind of phase out of watching like after school stuff and Saturday morning things, so I was only vaguely aware of it. But other people really, really took to it. But that's when I started to get hardcore into comics, so that was mostly my time at that point.
But Tommy was 5 different Rangers.
Tommy, yeah, it wasn't Billy, yeah.
Yeah. No, Billy's the blue one.
Yeah, the Green Dragon Zord is still the coolest. They absolutely need to make a set with Colossals. Are you kidding me?
That would be awesome, right? And have even make a small one and a big one, and you can turn into the big one.
Yeah.
I think it'd be awesome.
You mean like the singles be the giants, and then like the 2x2s be the actual like the fully built out Zord or what, Megazord, whatever.
When they're just
you can't have them build into each other because that would be considered an action figure, which is
Well,
why
yeah. No, that's not what I meant. I just meant if you wanted to play
the
like a
1x2s
Zord,
be
you
the
could.
Dragon Zords, and then the 2x2s are actually the Megazords themselves. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be
When
perfect.
you're just out there smashing the same model set over and over with men in giant rubber suits. I loved it.
Yeah.
I've been loving all these new IPs though. Yeah, give me all the nostalgia. Who would be happy to pass on a hug to Ryan Opalk in person at Worlds on my behalf? The guy has been doing solid work behind the scenes with communities across the world for HeroClix. I think we all could, and then he gets 4 hugs.
Or just
One
one giant group hug.
Ooh, one giant group hug.
One giant D-Clix group hug on Ryan Opalk. Yeah. He'll never feel safer.
A Ryan sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
5 pieces of bread.
5 pieces of bread. All right, let's go to Lou Minotti. Favorite condiment for your glizzy? Does it change if it's at Worlds or at home? So I actually worked at a hot dog place between high school and college, and I tried a very just basic mustard and sauerkraut, and that's actually on the top of my list. A close second is just drenching it in nacho cheese, though.
That's pretty good. At home, no condiments. That's why I have 5 kids. At Worlds, nice. No, the nacho cheese is definitely I gotta go with that. That's.
So let me ask you this: have you ever had nacho cheese and ketchup? Normally, I don't put ketchup on a hot dog, but with nacho cheese, I do.
Haven't. I've had chili and nacho cheese.
Well, yeah, that's an obvious combination.
Yeah. I'm sure I have at some point. Yeah. Dan, what do you like on your hot dogs?
Habanero salsa or jardiniere.
Spicy dogs.
Dude, Dan with some solid work tonight. Yeah.
Fancy Dan.
I'm going to parrot Dan's answer. Jardiniere's good on everything. But the classic hot dog is onions and mustard.
See, I don't like mustard. That's the problem. But I'm down with the onions. Caramelized or no, just raw onion.
No, just regular old white onions.
Okay. All right.
Man, I will drench
So is there
a
any
hot dog
chance
in
that we can
mustard.
get you dress up? Can we have you dress up as Fancy Dan for Worlds so you grow that sweet mustache? Bowler hat.
With the suit and the hat. Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's a nice shade of plum too, isn't it? Or am I thinking a different piece?
Which one. It depends which one, because there's
one
the
is
other one
transparent,
that
isn't
the bright,
it?
Yeah, the bright blue. Yeah, there's Well, so apparently I'm also wearing a toga on top of it. So which one do you want, the suit or the toga?
Well, we can have more than one Dan.
Dan.
We can have Emperor Dan, Fancy Dan.
There's several days of Worlds. Me and Miles already have your whole wardrobe picked out. You'll be fine.
It's planned.
Totally fine.
Just bring socks and underwear.
Or
and
don't.
Sandals. We need sandals and a
I was
toga.
gonna say, I feel like some days I might not need underwear.
Well, Dan, you and I are going to have a Jardiniere discussion one of these days because I've got thoughts for you.
Okay, I'm kind of curious what that means now, but sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, going to McConnell Lamar. Hey, gents, World's excitement is definitely growing. How hype are you all? Yeah, I can't wait. We're, just a few weeks away. It snuck up really quick.
Yeah. What? It's big.
It's Tuesday night right now. I think it's 2 weeks, right?
No, it is Wednesday morning, sir.
Oh, yeah, it is Wednesday morning now. So, 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Roughly 42 more hours of recording before then, but let's go. Very excited.
I was already racking my brain about how to make the most of Worlds with all the awesome sounding events, but now they added judge challenges. I definitely want to play some of these as well. How about you all? Well, smashing Dan regularly, I've kind of hit my personal quota for the year, so I don't think I need to play in the judge challenges. What about you guys?
Oh,
who placed higher than you in the last month's event again?
In any event ever? Or just the monthlies?
Well, the monthly, and I'm pretty sure I placed higher than you at a few events too.
I think Adepticon was the only one. Adepticon 2024.
2025.
Yeah.
Dan was 11th. You were 17th.
That doesn't sound familiar. I think it's not true.
I think it's lies. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting a bunch of tokens and handing out stickers. It's gonna be fun.
So I'm hoping that Aaron Morgan brings his collector build, and I'll bring my collector build. And even after we sort out our collectorness, somebody will get a sticker.
Well, and if that, just saying, like, this could be potentially where Aaron's gonna have to retire from playing collector, depending on his showing.
Man, y'all are brutal. Oh, Pete, apparently we've been challenged by Miles and Aaron to a 2v2 duos style.
Duos, yeah.
Him and Aaron are playing collector, and Larfleeze as the collectors. So we have to figure something else for us to play against them.
Man, you don't want any part of Dan in a duos. It's wild. I've seen him do nonsense. Like, I didn't do anything. Dan basically just won every game. It was awesome.
Oh, I don't see us beating you guys. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't. Like, we're playing large fleas and collector, and that
was pretty funny to just like put you in the backpack and just carry you around the whole time.
Yeah, I got carried around the man-sized backpack that day. It was quite comfortable. Dan, you okay? You want me to miss another attack? It's fine, Pete. Go ahead. Great, thanks.
Like from Ace Ventura?
Yes.
What do
You're
you
Tommy Davidson?
What? Let's go. What do you think are the top 3 build types going into Modern for Worlds? Prime Colossus Team A, Prime Colossus Team B, Prime Colossus Team C, with an honorable mention of a non-Aaron Morgan piloted collector build.
Ooh. Man, y'all just like to pile on.
The serious answer is going to be Kong, Spirit of Vengeance, and Colossus.
Yes.
Yeah, and the funny thing is I don't even have like 3 different archetypes because they all operate like fairly similarly. Like there's not a control team right out there right now. Really, there's not a like what I would consider like.
There's Smash and Bash.
Yeah, it's literally just close combat. They're really not.
I mean, the Prime Lobo team I think has a chance, but like we have never really seen it in action, so like it's just in theory. Like it has a chance to become a top 3 build easily, but it just depends on like how it actually performs.
Yeah, so yeah, going into Worlds, it's hard to say anything from Lantern Legacy is a build type to worry about.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of like the more like the archetypes of builds that we see, because sometimes you see like control teams or like obviously like aggro, like your aggro first turn, like try to wipe everything is still there, but you can do that with Kong.
That's kind of like a year ago though, right? Now it's just like smash or bash or smash or bash.
I know that those are 2 of the words that you know in the vocabulary, and apparently those are the only 2 words you know in the vocabulary.
When we're talking about build types, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are killing my answers here.
Go ahead,
It's
Pete.
Bash. It's Smash. And it's Mern with the Destroyer Armor, baby. Let's go.
Thundercats, D&D, Power Rangers, etc. are all coming to Hero Clix, which is awesome. I really hope to see Naruto come to Clix. What property would you all love to see, and in what format? Iconics, full set, etc. Transformers would be pretty epic. Obviously, a full set. Again, probably something like Avengers Infinity would be ideal. But surprisingly, what tops the list for me is going to be Mortal Kombat. I feel like those characters would really transition well into the game. I think that would be my top pick right there. And I think the hard thing about going with a full set is it's not a property that you could just like redo, right? So if you do a full set, it would be one of those like one and done things, because it would have to be from pretty much every game. Whereas in Iconics, you could kind of do like the Ninjas, you could do Mortal Kombat 1. So I feel like multiple Iconics sets would probably be better than a full set for that. Final answer. Miles, what do you say?
Yep. I'm going to go with one of my favorite cartoons as a kid. It was Little Mermaid TV show. I want to get Sebastian, and I want the Lobster Mobster and just Shrimp. Go with that. I want the Lobster Mobster and HeroClix.
After tonight, I'm really concerned about your obsession with water. I thought it was just like a character at first, but now it's like these weird obscure ocean women, and
she's not obscure. She's but no. No, that was obviously to run with the joke about why I'm always obsessed with water. No, the Hanna-Barbera is
I believed you.
exactly what I want.
I straight up thought
Yeah.
that was your answer.
It's and not just Hanna-Barbera, but I want the Alex Toth from the late 60s with Space Ghost, which we've already seen too, so it'd be cool to see the rest of those. Mighty My Tor, Moby Dick, and then you're able to also get like, the Impossibles, Frankenstein Jr., the Herculoids, you also have the Space Stars. There's so many things that you could do with the Hanna-Barbera Alex Toth set. I mean, we could have Birdman, and then we could also have like, a Chase Birdman Attorney at Law.
I love Birdman.
Yes.
Dan, what would you pick?
That's my real answer.
Like for an Iconics, I'd love to see Samurai Jack as like an Iconics. That would be dope.
Man, what year is he from? Is he from like 2000 or is he later than that?
It originally aired. Where was it?
He was Cartoon Network, right? What was that called back then?
It was Adult
Network
Swim.
is
Adult Swim.
01 to 04.
Yeah.
No, this is before Adult Swim.
No,
It
it's
was originally.
was it Cartoon Network? I don't. It was just
Yeah.
it was on later, but so it was 2001 when it originally released.
Okay.
Yeah, it came out on Adult Swim with the last season that came out. But do you know who sang the theme song to that?
Oh, I feel like I did.
Will I Am.
Oh,
That was great.
Like I do. Love that song. Yeah, it's a good call. I like that show.
That would be one where you could like trim it down enough where you could just make an iconic set, and that would be cool. So,
Pete, what do you got?
Those are all really good answers. I'm gonna go simple. I would either go GI Joe, or I would go because you could have like vehicles and stuff come back, or Silverhawks. Miles and I have talked about Silverhawks. I mean, we're getting Mum-Ra. We need Monstar and a Space Squid.
Oh, Monstar would be able. We'd get his sweet vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
The octopus or the space squid that turns into a motorcycle.
Yep. Then you're combining Miles' two love, the ocean and motorcycles.
and at the same time,
Kind of, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a big deal to me.
I'd love a G.I. Joe set for sure.
Hey, I feel like that almost should be public domain now too, right? Honestly,
No, it's like 100 years, isn't it? G.I. Joe?
100
Or,
years before, yeah.
yeah.
GI Joe's more near public domain.
oh, so okay, so some of that, so like the stuff that's been released now, because isn't what they all pulled basically from public domain, right?
No,
No.
Oh,
there had to be some agreements on Thundercats and stuff like that.
Oh, for
oh,
sure.
well, I was thinking more Kong and the
No, so Kong is the reason why it's called Kong and not King Kong is because King Kong is owned by Universal and Warner Brothers in this weird like
yeah,
mix,
Yep.
an RKO or whatever. You have Marion C. Cooper who created Kong. His estate owns the name Kong, so that's why it's just Kong and not King Kong. So it's weird, yeah.
Well, it's the same thing with like Mickey Mouse, right? It's Steamboat Willie that is
Steamboat
entered.
Willie is so you can have like a comic book or a movie or something with the design of Steamboat Willie, but you can't have like your
actually,
something
yeah.
called Steamboat Willie.
yeah, I was gonna say the name can't be
You
there.
design everything. It's like Tarzan. Like you can have Tarzan in your book or your movie, you just can't name your movie Tarzan.
All right, let's move on. We have a bunch of questions from Malcolm Rush. So first one is, what is the best, worst, and favorite HeroClix starter sets? So I actually went through all these. I thought the Beyond Amazing one was pretty good. The worst one, I'm going with Wonder Woman 80. But my favorite is going to be X of Swords, just because I love the Urako characters. And so I've taken a lot of them from the starter set and kind of mixed and matched those pieces on a lot of the teams from the main set ones and the OP set. Miles.
I got the best as Batman team up. The worst, I think, you actually is absolutely Wonder Woman 80. And Batman team up is also my favorite.
Okay. Yeah, that was a good one.
I think my best is probably the 2025 Avengers starter, because the Thor is just, again, they made another very meta Thor with a 2 damage pulse wave piece. There you go, Pete. There's your 2 damage pulse wave. Just play Thor. The worst is the Wonder Woman 81. I remember being real rough. Like that was tough. Like, and I wanted the what was it, the Cersei, I think, that was in there to be good.
Hmm.
But I just couldn't. It was like she's just still very bad.
There's only one playable piece in that, and it was like the
Star Sapphire.
oh, there was two then. Star Sapphire was the best.
I
And
thought
then,
Cersei was okay.
was it Cersei?
she was-
Was it the red girl that had a? She was. Now it's
Yeah,
gonna
that's
bother
Cer-
me.
That's
So no,
Cersei.
Cersei
Yeah.
was good. So I was not thinking that you meant the Cersei then. Where's Wonder Woman 80? This is gonna bother me now. Dan, do you want, or Pete, do you want to go? Sorry, Dan, are you done? That was your
I'm-
three.
that was my
I
best
gotta
worst.
look up
Yeah.
Wonder Woman 80. Pete, do you want to go though? While I look that up.
The best was Avengers Infinity because it gave us Giant Girl. She's
Oh,
awesome.
man, you guys made me hate that piece so much.
Dude, packs of Giant Girls are even better. They're great.
Yeah, because I remember having to play that in pulp against you, and then I literally wanted to.
That's also my favorite. The Hulk from, I think it was it Mighty Thor, Dan? The one that could
Yeah.
move and attack? Yeah,
Yes.
that one was another personal favorite. But I would say Avengers Infinity. And the worst one is by far the Wonder Woman set. And I think it's actually the game. It came in a box, right, Redmond? That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
It came in the box. You know.
Yeah,
I
those
think-
pieces
well,
were... I bought it, but you can't play any of those pieces. They're all terrible.
I also wanted. I thought Medusa would be better, but she's also just bad. I was like, that's
Yeah, that was
rough.
probably the most disappointing piece, honestly, for me was Medusa.
I was really excited, and then I was like, but she's terrible.
And Silver Swan had such a
Yeah.
cool sculpt too. These looked cool. They just did not play
Yeah.
well. So
No,
it was
they were not
the 107B Cersei. So this is obviously, I guess this is a little old now, but it was an 8-range outwit and prob for 40 points, and she had
Yeah.
a stop click with super senses. So that wasn't
That,
that
like,
bad
felt-
back then, honestly.
And mind control, even with that, with 8 range. is
8 range,
still
yeah,
good.
yeah, exactly. 8 range, and she had mystics. But
Yep.
then once where is it? Once the rings came out, getting Star Sapphire for like a 30-point prob that could free generate constructs from Wonder Woman 80 was amazing. And then the 40-point wasn't bad either. It was Pensai and TK for 40 points with leadership and a stop super senses click, and again gets the ring for free.
But it got overshadowed by the main set one, which was the unfortunate.
Yeah, the
part.
25.1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then every other
Still not
piece
as
was
good.
just like not even close to like better than what was in the main set. So
No.
Still not as good as a pack of Giant Girls.
you made me hate those pieces so much. Fun fact
They
though,
were-
I got all the ones that Kramer bought in his collection purge.
Oh, I still have all mine.
Too
You just
many.
can't play multiples now, which is
Thank
unfortunate.
God.
Yes. All right, then what do you want to be in a HeroClix starter set? I really do like the A and B dials. I like an easy A side to teach people, and then the B sides that kind of keep it interesting and have at least one special power or trait that lets you kind of use them a little more frequently so they don't get old.
Oh, you're saying some more obscure teams that you don't see? So like, don't do Avengers 3-4 times, basically.
No, I like the B sides that mix it up a little bit. So kind of like what I was saying with the X of Swords. Like sometimes I would take Death from the main set. Sometimes I would take them from the OP, or sometimes I'd take them from the starter set. So I like the fact that you can, have different versions of characters that just play differently. So I like the A sides because I actually keep all my starter sets in like a separate box, so it's easy to teach people. And then I enjoy just being able to grab like the B sides and still make fun teams with those pieces. The one that also sticks out is oh man, is it War of the Realms? I want to say Polaris, but I'm wrong. What is their name?
No,
Enchantress.
it's Enchantress.
Yeah.
24 points for TK Outwit, I think.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
made
she
a
was
ton.
insane.
Yeah, so she made a ton. But that's
Yeah.
a great example of a piece where her B side was better than her main side.
No,
one.
the A side was the A side. I thought, right? That was her.
Was it the A side? Oh,
wasn't
maybe
it?
it was the A side. Yeah, but it was a simple piece. So yeah, I like the A sides that are simple to teach, and this is where I feel like what we were talking about main set. Even if you had more low point pieces like this, like the A sides, make them simple, make them low points, then the entire set gets better. So I like
Well, that's
the
what Batman
A-sides that
Team
are
Up
like
did with
that.
Fred.
Yeah, I like
Fred
A-sides like
Motorcycle,
that.
he was hitting like a truck. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
For me,
right.
for starter sets, I want to actually see them
I think this is a starter set would be a perfect way to get like new IPs in, like Power Rangers, for example. You could have, maps. You could have a Power Ranger team and also Rita, and
That's actually a really good idea.
Goldar.
Because that's also like
I
a
think that
perfect
would,
way to like bring a new player in. They're like it's a starter set and it's something I like.
yeah. So it's a Power Rangers board game, but it also mixes with HeroClix. So you're actually able to get people that even if they don't like, you're still going to be able to sell it as a board game and that functions by itself for just Power Ranger fans. And if they want to transition to HeroClix perfectly.
That's a
They
great
could,
idea.
Yeah, I like that too. As far as like something, I want the B sides to be playable. I mean, obviously, I would hope the A sides. Like, if you're gonna pay the extra points, I want the B sides to be playable. So like the base dial has to be like somewhat okay. Because like if I look at I'll give an example.
Well, we've only had one playable B side, right? That actually like made a dent in the meta in competitive.
That was the Superman, right? Is that what you're talking about?
What?
Yeah. Huh? Oh yeah, I guess that's
Disney
true.
Plus.
Yeah, he was.
The What If.
Stupid. But like
Yeah.
the one, I know we get a lot of Wonder Woman, but the Wonder Woman is like, she just has 2 clicks of no speed power at the end, and so her 75-point dial just feels awful because you're paying 25 more points. You're really not getting that much extra benefit, and then you just suddenly have like no 2 clicks of just I'm not going anywhere basically. So I think that's the biggest thing. Like, obviously the A sides they should just have like stats and powers, and it should be obviously more simple, but leave enough room where the B side can still be playable. I think that's my biggest thing because I want to play them, but man, when they're bad like that, it's really rough to want to play it.
Pete, what about you?
I just like the new IP idea. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I like that a lot too. Let's see. Do you remember the first starter set you ever opened? For me, it was Hyper Time. That included Veteran Flash. Man, we opened so much stuff when we first started. Pete, do you remember the first starter that you ever opened? We just bought so much.
I was thinking about this, and I don't honestly remember because we were buying things, and we went pretty hard into like pseudo competitive, like so fast, and then competitive so fast that I honestly don't know what it was.
And they didn't really have like starter sets when we started that were brand new. They had what were they called? Fast Forces.
Fast Forces. You can equate them to that because they were essentially the same thing.
I think probably whatever was being competitive or winning events is what we went after really fast.
I feel like I might have bought the original Ninja Turtle starter set. That might have been the first one that I actually opened.
So the first one I did was definitely the Mighty Thor one because I remember I pulled the Hulk and I was more interested in the 100-point Loki at the time because he didn't die the first time and he came back. But that was the first like starter set I bought.
Mine was the first one I ever made. It was Infinity Challenge, and this one was interesting because it essentially came with a booster, so it was random figures. So each one was different, and I did pull a unique, which was pretty cool as a Vision, which I played a ton of.
Man, if we're playing Fast Forces, then I got them all. And I don't remember which would have been the first. When did they do them for pretty much everyone? Because it was the Giant Girl was the one that was in Avengers Infinity, right? Because that was the first set that we brought brand new. So that was what the most like recent one was when we started playing. So maybe it was that one. That was my first one. But I did go back and buy a bunch of old stuff. So if you're talking about like starter boxes and stuff, it was probably the Ninja Turtles one. What is the best, worst, and favorite map from a starter set? Man, all I got is that I hate tiles. There's plenty of board games that use the same style, but they fold. So they should have done that.
Also,
Yes.
I know I figured you'd just say all of them because none of them are neoprene. So I was like, well,
That's the obvious answer, though, right?
Miles.
No, I didn't like the tiles. I mean, I played a ton of what was it, Oscorp? I think it was it Oscorp, but I used the paper map one. I didn't use the tiles.
tiles.
Oh, I forgot that
hated
even
the
got tiles. Yeah, they should have either done the little board game thing that like folds with one of them not connected, so that it gets down to a small thing and you can make them whatever size, or made them like puzzle pieces where they interlock or something. But man, I don't know what's worse: a brand new paper map where all your pieces are sliding off because they're on those like folds, or the tiles where the entire game is just sliding everywhere like you're on a sinking Titanic.
Actually, the best one was the Batman team up.
That's
that was
what
the
I'm
first
thinking of. No, Wonder Woman 80 was the first. That's the one I'm thinking of. That one
No,
was...
the first 2x2 where they removed 2 of them.
Oh, sure,
to make
yeah.
it-
But the first cardboard tiles was Wonder Woman 80, and those ones were so frustrating to try to put together over and over again.
Yeah, I think Batman Team Up was the only one where the tiles were different. You couldn't get those maps anywhere else. You had to play them on tile.
I think you're right. Pete, do you have any maps that you hate?
I can't think of ones I hated, but I remember the Fast Forces from Earth X had 2 great maps. That was where you got Wakanda and you got the
train station,
the
Iron
train.
Man faced one. Yeah,
that one. Man, that set had really good maps actually.
Oh, you were stealing my shtick here, Pete, because I was also gonna say the Wakanda Earth X map was my favorite and probably the
and
best.
my only other really truly favorite map is Latveria, but that wasn't starter set. That was, I want to say, release day, because it was Aunt Petunia's house on the back too.
Yeah. Best, worst, and favorite play-at-home kits. So I'm going to go with the best being Nebula and Gamora from Collector's Trove. Worst one, I think, was the Deadpool and Wolverine one from Deadpool Weapon X. That one was pretty bad. And then the favorites, man, before we got that Black Panther one, I think it was Miles Morales from Beyond Amazing. I did like the ones from AV60, though, the 3 of them that we got with the special terrain. Those weren't terrible.
See, worst one, is that Deadpool Wolverine one. The best one, this is where my bias is going to come in. The best one is clearly Red Hulk. He's the best play at home kit figure because he made it to the finals of the event. And I would say that is my favorite, but that's the easy answer. And so I'm going to go with my favorite, which was going to be Detective Chimp.
Ooh, that's actually a good one. I forgot about that one. Dan, what are your 3?
Best is probably well, that one actually. I'm gonna flip that answer. I don't know what the best one is, honestly. To be fair, because I consider worst being Gamora and Nebula because it had rivalry in it. So I kind of consider that one the worst, even though I really like the Gamora figure out of there. My favorite is the Shuri Panther one from Wakanda.
She's good. Which is the better one? Shuri's the good one out of there, though, right?
Yeah, because she can re-roll a single d6 every turn.
Yeah.
The best is going to be the Masters of Time ones. That Batman and that Detective Chimp are bonkers. The worst is easily Deadpool Weapon X. Neither one of those pieces is playable. And my favorite, though, I'll agree with the AV60. The Superior Iron Man that came in 101.
Oh, yeah, that one was
is
good
a
too.
super interesting piece that I go back to over and over and over again, and I've just never put it on the board. But
the
I
Hulk,
really like it.
Because that's the only time we've gotten Rick Jones's Hulk, even though it's not a Rick Jones's Hulk sculpt.
And that Captain America in 100 is really, really good, too. He just gets overshadowed by the Prime from the same set.
Yeah, those are good play-at-home kits. I didn't mind the 3, and it got a bunch of maps into people's hands, too. Which we definitely needed at the time. We needed that at the time because terrain was just kind of starting to pick up, and we had no maps after rotation because it was only small maps. So that was huge.
Yeah, it hadn't really flourished yet. Yeah, that was definitely a good idea.
Let's see. What items do you want WizKids to be including in play-at-home kits? I'd like to see more special terrain and more equipment, or even different paint jobs on the figures.
I like the different paint jobs because the we could have had like this could have been a way to get us Green Lantern Sinestro. I'm gonna beat that
Yeah.
as like a dead horse.
Well, that's
That
what
would be
we
cool.
that's what we got with the Red Hulk, right? There's not a Red Hulk in the main set, like an actual Red
no.
Hulk, but we got
Yeah.
Red Hulk in the play at home. I think that's what I'd like to see more of too.
Yeah,
And
I
that would
love-
have made a lot more sense, the play at home kit with the Legacy Sinestro, is that if we would have had a repaint of the super rare, the super rare Sinestro and make it a green,
make him a green. Yeah, that'd be cool.
that would have been cool.
Yeah, I agree with that. I like the legacy cards being in the play at home kits too, because then you're guaranteed like a legacy card, which I think is totally worth it for what you're paying for. I like that. So
Yeah, that's instant value.
I really want to give WizKids a compliment. I think their play-at-home kits have been really great. Honestly, the last few of them. I think including the legacy card, terrain, a map, and some characters is awesome.
and then what even the one shots, or I feel like it would be nice if the one shots were just the. Would it be nicer if they're not like exclusive to the play at home kit, but they're just some you could get from the set?
I like
think
the
exclusive is fun.
Yeah, that you want a
Okay.
reason to have to get them, so I like that.
Yeah. I'm just not. I really didn't lean one way or the other. I was just curious people's thoughts.
Well, it's like the
it's
400
only
set,
20
right?
to
It's like the Spider-Man 400. Not even to mention that the the one shot in there is banned in modern, right? But like everyone that got the Spider-Man 400 set probably already got to play the Spider-Man main set, right?
Yeah.
And they've probably gotten the canon event because canon event was the release day, or no,
No, it was just
it was the
in
main set,
no.
yeah. So everyone
Yep.
already had canon event anyway. So I don't know how many people didn't get stuff from Beyond Amazing, or no, Spider-Verse, that just decided to pick up Spider-Man 400. You know, I would have
That's
rather
true.
have seen a brand new one shot that you could only get in Spider-Man 400.
Agreed.
All right, which starter set or play at home kit should a new player or returning player get to play in today's game? I think the 400 kits are honestly better for that right now. Those 400 kits are they're so good. They have not
They're
made a bad
so
one.
good.
So each time
No, actually, yeah, they really haven't missed honestly with the 400s.
you can rank them, right? Like you can rank them which one are the best and which one isn't, but realistically they're all great and easy purchases.
I think my only thing is I wish they were a little more like they're playable casually. I wish they had like even just like one standout figure. Like obviously the Kooky Quartet has standout figures for like meta play, but I'm not sure if Spider-Man or Wakanda has had that yet. So I think that's my only.
Shuri for sure was. She might
Oh,
not
yeah,
be
no,
making
I
teams,
love-
but she definitely is. I like
I
Venom.
love-
I still like Venom too.
Oh yeah, I love Shuri. I think she's great. I think both Miles and Venom have a place, but that was my only gripe. It just felt like the Kooky Quartet like very heavily overshadowed the other two in terms of like, these are like instant inclusions basically.
Yeah.
That was my only gripe about it. So
I'm gonna have to go play at home's kits though. It's tough. It's gonna be between Lantern Legacy and Smash and Destroy. Even if you can only, benefit from one Gamma Bomb, I think that Red Hulk is just an amazing 100 points. And the Lantern Legacy, the Hal Jordan in and of itself is, I think, he can make so many teams. Because all you need to do is you give him the green ring and he makes willpower. He just makes a construct. You can generate the same one over and over again if they keep removing it.
Mm-hmm.
A Warning Shot, Pulse Wave, Perplex, and the constructs within range have the unique modifier. Modify this character's combat values +1 for each token on Hal Jordan. I really like this Hal Jordan.
I don't think Kyle Rayner is bad either. For 35 points, you get sidestep, in cap barrier, and
Yeah, but when you compare the two, like Hal Jordan's
Oh, well, I'm thinking offense versus defense. So I'm thinking of as Rayner is more like utility versus Hal's like he's just a great secondary attacker.
Yeah, I would say yeah. And they're finally able to modify the constructs because it's giving them constructs that trait.
Yeah.
So you can have a sword with a 13 attack. Yeah.
Dan, what would you pick if it was a new player or returning player?
I honestly like those, but I lean more towards the 400s. The 400s are so, and they're just fun to play too. That's the big thing. They're like I would play them all together more often than not.
You
But
could bring them to a
I
local
think
event and not get smashed.
no, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And
'cause you can play them at 75 points, and if you play all 4 of them, you can play them at
you
100.
get they can you can turn them up to 100 just because.
Pete, what's your answer?
You can literally the 400s are amazing. You guys are absolutely right, but I would say any of the new ones except for Deadpool Weapon X. Don't buy that.
That's actually exactly what I was going to say. Is that if you count, so if you look at modern, any play at home, any starter, and any 400 kit, the only thing that I would not recommend is the Deadpool Weapon X, Deadpool and Wolverine.
You do get some cool terrain and a map, a good, pretty cool map.
I guess I'm just talking figures, right? Yeah, the maps are cool.
Yeah, yeah, there's just nothing redeemable about those two figures.
So buy that for the maps and buy a 400 set. Play
Yes.
them together.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, final thoughts there, Miles.
Yeah, we got 2 weeks to prepare for this, so I got my modern team. We do have one slot left for our silver sponsorship as of this recording, so maybe if you guys want to reach out and try and fill that slot, it might already be filled by the time you guys listen to this, but it's worth a shot.
Dan?
Excited to just go to Worlds, honestly. I'm still excited to see what people end up with as far as like teams and stuff, because it's always interesting to see how it shakes out. So
Pete?
I'm looking forward to the monthly, and then after the monthly, we are going to Worlds, baby. Looking forward to seeing everybody there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we didn't even talk about the monthly. So this Sunday we'll be streaming again. This is the named one. It's 8 people, and everyone gets their own unique named keyword. So this is going to be a really fun one. I'm looking forward to see how this plays out. But Ali, Christine, and I did do a team building video for Team Sealed to prep for Worlds. You can check that out on YouTube, and we have more of those on the way. And remember...
And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for ya!
Click it!
Cause I'm solar! La 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 la, I'm solar!
Worlds does bring out a lot of celebrities, so let's hear what Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has to say about Worlds 2025 this year.
Hey, Kenny, come Worlds, your Rudy Poo candy butt is going to go somewhere you're very familiar with. Rock bottom.